hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, my heroes and villains. How are we doing today? I didn't turn my controller on, so that's cool. I'm gonna have to fix some stuff. I'm also gonna have to fix Genshin. Genshin, why? There we go. You're big for your britches. There we go. Whoa! How are we doing while I make my controller work, people, and things, and fiends, and friends? Hello today. I am, as always, everyone's favorite tomato slime, Saus Grand. And we, today, are going to hang out with people. But first, I'm going to quickly go murder something so that my stuff doesn't overflow. And by doesn't overflow, I mean is currently overflowing, and I don't like it. So I'm going to take about 3 seconds to go kill this cryo, but it's fine. So I still need it for oh hey, my stream label's working. Hold on a second. Oh wait. I need to go into studio mode for that. No, they're right there. Huh. I don't know, I'll fix it later. Huh. They work on the other ones. Wild. Oh well. I'll fix it later. Genshin. Can you not have this little bit of black on the edge? I don't like it. No. Oh yeah, scuff stream. You definitely can't tell that slightly before the stream started I made a new thing specifically for Genshin. Not at all. No one can tell it. If you can, you're lying. Haha. But yeah, let's go murder the Christ Registine real quick. And then we'll begin. We'll begin the hangouts. Because I never did Yunjin's, and I specifically saved Shinobu's 4 stream. It's really funny how at one point I was scared of this boss, and now I just utterly obliterate it. I say as I'm dying. But, you know, we talk shit and we get hit here at the Sauciest Incorporated Adventure Adversary Enterprises. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Clearly, I'm doing fantastic. You can tell from the way I'm talking and saying words. Alright, what journey will we take? We're gonna go talk to Yunjin. A song that knows grace. Alright, I assume we're going somewhere in Leeway. We're going specifically to Leeway. Like the city, not just the realm. Leeway. Leeway's such a pretty place. I would live here. It seems very nice. And clean. And not filled with crime. Unlike Mondstadt, which is very much filled with crime.
Can't you send someone any sooner? The clock is ticking, and I need this resolved ASAP.
I'm sorry.
Don't bother
but
Catherine.
We don't have any
She has enough on her
adventurers
plate.
available at this instant.
Oh, of course we walk up exactly at that time. What happened?
Your timing is most optimal. Allow me to introduce Yuning, manager of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. She has commissioned the guild to...
Traveler? Ugh, Yunjin is always talking about you. Please, you've gotta help us find her.
Yunjin is missing?
Yep, she's gone and disappeared. Now of all times, just days away from the big performance. All she left was a short note.
I like Yunjin a lot. He's cute. To whomever finds this letter, After some discussion about the Divine Maiden play with my friends, I find that there is still much to learn indeed. I have gone to Lingzhu Pass in hopes of gaining some inspiration. I will return within the day, so do not worry. Yunjin.
If our audience doesn't get to see Yunjin on stage, they'll start tearing the place down.
I was thinking
what am I
this.
supposed to do?
She literally said she would come back.
That's what I said too, but
Look, when you're a megastar like Yunjin, you gotta start taking things a little
No,
more
she can have
seriously.
fun.
Seeing
I
Shelly
believe in
back
her.
Doesn't give me a whole lot of reassurance when she's showing no regard for her own safety.
I have no
Why
respect
does
for
she
you.
have
Go
to
away.
and practice somewhere so dangerous. What if something happens to her? What am I going to tell the audience?
Worst case scenario, she still has a vision, and a geovision at that, which in Leeway is super
Well,
powerful,
then,
I imagine.
What if she gets into a scrape and hurts herself? If she gets so much as a scratch, it'll be a loss to the whole nation.
I think you're
as you can
taking...
see, this
I don't
is
know,
what
you're
we're
an
up
asshole.
against. Would you be willing to accept this commission?
I want a for Catherine option. I mean, like, I like Yunjin, so I'm not gonna say I don't care about Yunjin. But, like, I don't care about Yunjin, I don't care about Leeway, I just want to stop this person from harassing Catherine.
Oh,
She does
wonderful.
not
Oh,
deserve this.
stars.
She does too much
We've
to
gotta
put
bring
up
her
with
back,
crap like
safe
this.
and sound.
I need to fix the newest follower and stuff. It's bugging me. Just give me a moment. It probably doesn't have the thing. Ugh, all these settings are gonna be. Never mind. I will, in fact, do this later. And by do this later, I mean I'm going to attempt to just copy and paste it again. And hopefully it works. And paste.
Hey,
Paste,
you know what?
duplicate.
Neither do I.
Paste, duplicate. Yeah! It worked. All I had to do was do it correctly. What do you know? Anyway, Chi-Chi's here. Where's my Chi-Chi hangout quest? Look at her go. Look at her. When will Yao Yao be implemented so that Chi-Chi can have a friend she doesn't hate? I like Hu Tao and Chi-Chi's quote-unquote friendship a lot. But, like, Yao Yao is good to Chi-Chi and does not try to put her in a pot and cross her over to the other side or use her as experimentation. And Chi-Chi calls her a finch. So I want Yao Yao. Monster attack, get out of the way. Get out of the way! I guess I'm taking this fight. Okay, that's a little more than a monster attack. Hello? That's a Ruin Hunter. Maybe Yunjin's manager was correct, because it just killed Eula. Just your everyday monster. I mean, to be fair, in Leeway, it kind of is your everyday monster. But also, pay attention. Are you alright? Are you hurt?
It's you.
It is
I
me.
do apologize. I didn't see you there.
Seriously?
What brings you all the way up here? Oddly enough, I was just thinking of scheduling a meeting with you later. I didn't expect to run into you here, of all places.
I heard you went missing.
Ah, I see. So Yunning sent you. I did tell her not to worry.
How did she not
But
see you?
on this
She's
occasion,
lost in
It
thought.
seems I'm rather lucky you came. You've helped me avert a major catastrophe.
I don't know. Some people are like
Pity,
that.
though.
They
I'm
start
so
thinking
close
and
to
tune out
achieving the state of
literally
mind
everything
that
else.
Shenhe was talking about.
But also, come on. Giant explosions are going off. Eula fucking died! What state of
Do you
mind?
remember what Shenhe said about the divine damsel fighting against the evil monster? That in reality, she hadn't acted as courageously as the operatic rendition would have you believe. That it was simply a matter of life and death, and she chose self-preservation.
I do, but I didn't care
Granted,
because I don't
she
particularly like
later
Shannon.
admitted that she preferred the version of events given in the opera, with its portrayal of a divine heroine sacrificing herself for others. But after giving it a lot of consideration, I think that this character is defined by her emotional complexity
Okay, that's valid.
and even uncertainty. So the more emotions I can experience
Gotcha.
for myself, the wider range I will have to draw on in my performance.
Right, okay, this
If
makes
access
sense.
to a different state of mind can help me provide a fresh interpretation
What's
of the character
being
and
out
her
in
actions,
the wilderness have to
surely
do
it
with
will
that?
take my acting skills to the next level. That's why I came here. My plan was to take it slowly, start by just dipping my toe in, as it were. But once I started, I just got completely drawn in. I feel like I was so close to a breakthrough here.
Such. Well, the hat's there. Oh well. I forgot to save my reactive stuff before I restarted my computer the other day, and by the other day I mean this morning. So the sad face and the other face are not prepared, but it's fine. I don't think I'd be using them now anyway. Want to try again? I'll join in
You've
too.
defeated an
Hello,
ancient
Malva.
god
How are you
before.
doing?
How am I supposed to experience genuine danger if you're here?
That's
with me?
fair. That makes sense.
I suppose I had better return to Liyue Harbor for now. I'll only end up putting you in an awkward position otherwise. Goodness knows how you'd explain this to Yunjin.
Very true.
I wonder whether I have gained anything useful from this trip.
You didn't
I
die.
suppose
That's pretty
only time
useful.
will tell.
Back to Leeway. We're not actually that far from Leeway. Clicky-clack, clicky-clack. Alright, back to Catherine, who this lady has been harassing the whole time we've been gone, apparently.
Can you put a few more
Oh my
adventurers on
god,
the
leave
case
her
or something?
alone!
The clock's still ticking away.
Please have faith in him. Ah, they've returned.
Yunjin, we're back.
Yunjin literally said in her letter
Eugene,
she'd be back
are you
within the
okay? Are
day.
you hurt? Do you need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy?
You need to go to Boo Boo
No,
Pharmacy
I'm
for your
fine.
anxiety.
Don't need to worry. When it's time to go on stage, I'll be there.
Look, I get it. You like to go out exploring. That's fine. But do you really have to go off thrill-seeking this close to the show?
Yes.
You have to take better care of yourself, okay? For all our sakes. For the opera troupe and for your audience.
And for
You're
my
just lucky you got the
money, is
traveler
what
to
you're
help out.
actually
What
saying.
if something had happened to you, huh? What would I say to our audience,
Well, I would say the best way to make it up to our audience is to give them the best performance we can. Don't you agree? While I'm off stage, as long as there is something, anything I can do to improve my acting
Yunjin,
ability,
you're great.
even
You're
the
valid.
slightest
I
amount,
believe in you.
I can't pass up the opportunity.
You know, you... Ugh, I don't know what to say anymore. Traveler, please, you tell her.
No, I agree with her.
So, what's your honest opinion?
You make a good
I'm
point.
glad you agree. Right, then let's get preparing.
I will always side with
Traveler,
Yunjin
get
over
over here.
someone like this. No. Goodbye.
You've only just managed to bring Yunjin back.
Yep.
Now you're taking her straight back out again? What's the big idea?
The idea is you're an
The next
asshole and she's
show
having
is
fun.
Just days away. Please, if not for me, then for the sake of the opera troupe, I'm begging you.
No.
Help me convince her that at the end of the day,
Absolutely
she's gotta
not.
fall in line.
Absolutely not. It's not gonna be an easy task.
Okay, maybe that's asking the impossible, but at least try and keep her distracted.
No, we're going into the most
Please,
dangerous
just
places
keep her
possible.
occupied until the
I'm
next
taking her to
show.
Delua
No
Marsh.
more thrill-seeking.
Marsh, let's go.
What are you two talking about? If it
We're gonna
doesn't
go to
involve
Dadalupa
me,
Gorge.
I think I'm going to.
I'll even take her to
You know
Inazuma.
what? It does involve you, actually. The Traveler was saying, come on, help me stall her.
Where's the I'm actually in love with you option?
Well, what do you need from me?
Oh, no, I don't want to become an actor, actually, but okay.
You
I
want to
want to become an actor.
You do?
World tour.
Yes, of course he does. He was just telling me that he's interested in exploring his dramatic side and
I
would
appreciate
like
that
you
Paimon
to give him
isn't
some
like
coaching.
as omnipresent in these sections,
Right,
but
good.
this is
Well,
a
let's
moment
not
where I
beat
want
around the
Paimon
bush.
to come out and be like,
Traveler, your
"What?
master awaits.
Stop it."
Hold on. I don't know if I'm really ready to take on students yet.
I mean, yeah, you're like 12.
Please, this is the day you've dreamed of, isn't it? You certainly talk about it enough. And look, now he's here, ready and willing.
Okay, I get it. You can stop now.
I just want to give her head
I
pats.
am delighted that you wish to study the performing arts from me.
I really don't.
But the issue is, before you could become my apprentice, I'd have to get approval from the founders that do an initiation ceremony. There just isn't time for all that right now. So, for now, I'll just teach you a few basics. Informally, one friend to another. There's no need to call me master.
So this would be Sensei or Shisho? I'll go with Sensei,
What?
because it makes more sense in
Don't you
English.
think that's a bit old-fashioned? Let's until we settle on an appropriate title. Just call me by my name. Let's meet tomorrow morning on the bridge by the sea at Feiyun Slope.
They're
I'll
gonna
do my
make me
best to
time
prepare
travel!
my first lesson for you.
Whew.
Go away. Alright, I just... So I like seeing in these hangout quests where the bridges are. Okay, it's just a 2 split at this point. What was the thing that changed? Oh, agreeing with Yunjin or not. Maybe we could meet under the bridge at sunset.
All the world holds dear is
there it is. So I forget if I talked about this on my stream or if I just said this to someone at some point. When I first started playing the game, I did the Kaya Bridge strategy, and got to the what's it called? The sundial area, like really early on. Like I don't even think I'd changed I don't even think I'd upgraded my adventure level yet, or rank. And I didn't know how to change the time of day. So to do that quest, it has to be
You're right on time.
like it was either night or
Punctuality is an
morning.
essential quality if you want
And
to
so
keep
I
going
would
in
literally
the
just
world.
run around the
Without it,
island
you won't be
like
able to keep
I
on
need
top of
time
all
to
the work you need
pass,
to do each day.
waiting for it to literally pass back into the time that I needed in order to complete it. And it sucked. And I hated it. And then I later found out, oh yeah, that's because I'm an idiot. And I had to just wait. Or I could have just used a thing to change time. I don't know, it's one of the things the game doesn't really teach you well. I mean, I guess the game kind of teaches you the elemental vision or elemental sight, but also it doesn't because you use it like twice ever, and that's it. So where should we start?
Well, first I'd like you to answer me one question.
I don't like questions,
How
so...
many pigeons flew from the bridge when
Oh,
you were
fuck me,
passing
I don't
through?
know, I was talking about random bullshit. 8.
Close. It was 7. Anyway, the point of this question was to test your powers of observation. Eyes are the medium for the transfer of emotion.
Also, I don't
Train
see
your eyes
pigeons
to be
anymore, I
bright,
just see
active,
blood in this
and
game,
strong.
because fuck
Watching
Timmy.
the birds fly, hover around, and come into land will not only exercise your eyesight, but also cultivate attentiveness. Indeed, my own daily training routine starts right here. I watch the pigeons to train my eyes, and I sing to the tide to train my voice.
So next I need to train my voice?
All in good time. Grasping all the techniques involved in opera singing and posture is not an overnight process. Let's start from the very beginning, with some general theories to help you better understand the concept of performance.
General
Of course.
theories?
I am in written correspondence with performers from many nations in Teyvat, which has rather broadened my perspective on this topic. For example, let's start with something simple. how would you perform yourself?
Well, that's a good
Try
question.
to relive the events of that day when you were battling against
I
an
will
ancient
have you know,
god
Yunjin,
and fighting
I've
off
been
the
in like
Fatui.
3 movies that are airing in Fontaine right now.
Now, I want you to look out at the ocean in front of you and recall the raging waves and the atmosphere of peril from that day.
Oh, right.
Take a
We're
deep
we're
breath.
we're doing that story.
Now, gradually, embrace the scene, immerse yourself in it, and let all the emotions back in.
So, I feel like the rage I felt trying to fend off the Fatui is like the quote-unquote like right answer that most people would accept. But I don't know. There's so many dialogue options of like, oh, fuck the Fatui suck. And because they do, and of course the character would feel that way, but I know with my meta-knowledge that the Fatui are probably right and doing the correct things, and that the Tsaritsa is going to be the hero of this game. And also, like, we have 50 Fatui friends at this point, so I never want to choose the Fatui suck options. Let's go with the camaraderie of fighting alongside trusted companions. Because to be fair, that was the coolest part of that section, when Ganyu and Zhao and Kuching are all, like, sending in their powers to help you.
Goal you wanted to achieve at that time.
To protect Leeway and my
Good,
friends.
Yes, use that. Okay, good. Now, all of this overwhelming emotion is welling up inside of you, and I want you to let it all out. All at once. Go!
Alright, so our options are we could sing the Titania song from Final Fantasy XIV, or we could reenact the laughing scene from Final Fantasy X. Which one do we want to do? I'm gonna sing What Angels Wake Me.
Stop. Wrong.
No,
This is all wrong.
absolutely not.
No
I will
emotion,
never
no
stop. I
soul.
refuse.
Granted, the character you are trying to portray is your own self, but your performance didn't do the scene justice.
How do you know? You weren't there!
I couldn't hear you fighting
Just
for your
starts
life
screaming.
while gargantuan waves were crashing all around you.
She's actually, what she's saying, actually, I think
It's the
just
sound of
starts
someone doing
screaming
vocal
is the
exercises by the
correct
beach
option.
on a calm day.
If I may, we are by the beach, and it is a calm day.
Here's the thing. When you're acting, it's not only about getting into character, you also have to recreate the scene in your mind as vividly as you can. Now, I appreciate that you did actually experience this particular scene for yourself, but maybe conjuring up specific details of your surroundings at the time is a little too advanced for novices.
Well, it was a life and death situation.
You're right. If we were looking for an environment to help evoke the emotions you felt at the time, I suppose we could try again. A little farther afield, at Guyun Stone Forest.
No need to go all the way out there.
Too far away? Don't worry, I was just
I don't
thinking
like
aloud.
that we're actually
Besides,
supporting
even at Guyun Stone
the
Forest, we'd
awful
still have trouble recreating
teacher
the state
person.
of the sea that
I
day.
specifically
Let's
chose
try something
the
else.
Yunjin Chaos
Come with me to
option.
the suburbs just north of Liyue Harbor.
Sounds closer than Goonstone Forest, at least.
If you've got no objections, let's head off.
I want to bring her to Inazuma. I want to say, fuck this lady, she sucks. Let's do the exact opposite of what she wants. I should, for this, actually be my traveler, which I want to point out something funny about how I have my traveler leveled. So I have them, like, decently leveled. Yeah, I have them to 70, which I'll level them again at some point, but I'm saving mats for Kazuha right now. I have a fully upgraded basic sword for them. Because they use the basic-ass sword in all the cutscenes. Because it's just a sword that Kaya gave them. So one day I was like, I feel like wasting resources. Boom! Anyway, Raiden is here. So up? It is up. Oh, Eula's still dead, by the way. It is a good waste of resources.
The battle you fought on the Jade Chamber was a very strange set of circumstances, even for someone like you. It's quite normal that you can't get into character just like that. I know it's hard to recreate every facet of the experience in your mind, but what you could try is to replace the foes you faced in that scenario with ones you are much more familiar with.
What do you mean replace?
I'll give you an example. Let's say you're performing a scene where your character experiences the grief and pain of a death, but you yourself have never experienced this kind of tragic loss before. Well, you can replace death with another, more familiar scenario that evokes a similar sense of grief and pain for you, such as...
I guess for the traveler, it would be their sibling
you bust
being
a gut trying to find a treasure
gone
chest,
away.
only to finally reach it and find it filled with cabbages and radishes.
I don't know, this sounds more like a Bennett situation. Oh, the pain of it all.
Ah, now you're catching on. Action scenes work the same way. Perhaps the experience of facing an ancient god is a challenge to recreate. But if you're replaying the
So
kind
Genshin
of actions you
has,
perform every day, you
kind
just
of an
need to
issue
let go
that
and
I
the
had with
subconscious
Final
will
Fantasy
guide you
15,
through.
in that
Come, show me how you normally
the
fight.
traveler's character is
You can
fairly
start with
consistent,
monsters nearby.
but their motivation is completely different depending on if you're in the main story or literally like any kind of side content. Because in the main story, literally every action you do is it's like, ah, my sister, I need to find, or, well, my sibling, I guess.
Just do what
I
you
have to
normally
find my sibling. But in most other content, it's like, hey, traveling is cool. I want to experience stuff. Also, treasure is nice. And it's not, like, incompatible. It's not like in Final Fantasy 15 where it got to the point of incompatibility. But, I don't know, I would like a little... I hate these enemies so much. I would like a little bit more... I would like the sibling to be less omnipresent as motivation in the main story. Not to say that it shouldn't be there, because that is literally our motivation for doing stuff. But, I don't know, like, every moment doesn't need... is my sibling here right now?
Oh,
Could we maybe
that was
find them?
Wonderful. Such deft and fluid movements.
Although at the same time,
Real
we also like
adventure.
didn't mention them like at all in Inazuma until the end. I don't know. It's weird. I guess
While the battle is
that's
still
not a
fresh
fully
in your
formed
mind.
thought. I just sometimes it seems like the sibling
Look at those
motivation
red-clad scarecrows.
comes out of
But I
nowhere.
want you to see them instead
You know
as
what I
those
mean? Where like
Fatui
it
who
hasn't
brandish the sacrificial
been important at
knives.
all
Now,
until suddenly it's
let us
every thought.
reenact the battle on the Jade Chamber. It's okay if you can't recall the events clearly. You can just replace them
Hell
with
yeah,
movements
Genshin
you are most
2022.
familiar with. And
We're almost going to Sumeru.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballistas.
Dude, I
Do not
can't
let
wait for
the Fatui
Sumeru.
disturb their work.
We could just go to the ballista, you know.
Illusion shattered.
Wandering Waves will be the next big thing. Is that the, No, it's not a Genshin knockoff, but is that the new Genshin-like game that, people have been talking about? I haven't seen a whole lot about that. I know it looks
movements in
cool,
terms of technique,
but
but Fatui are
I
larger than
I
most
haven't looked that
monsters.
much into it.
I don't think it was a conscious decision, but you were aiming a little too low, and you also didn't strike with
Genshin
enough
and Nier
force.
made a love baby.
Overall,
I mean, that sounds
it was
good.
just lacking that sense of being in the heat of the battle. Veteran practitioners of this acting method are able to adjust and embellish their real-life experience.
I mean, there's
enough
probably a Fatui
that it
camp
makes
like
an
2 feet
adequate
from here. We could go
substitute
kill
for the
them.
scene they are trying to portray. But adjusting deep-rooted habits to adapt them for the stage, that's no easy task.
Yeah, it doesn't sound easy.
Still, this was only your first time trying this method, and all things considered, I think you've done quite well.
I
But
did
judging
the
from your
best,
movements,
actually.
I think this next method might suit you a little better.
What is it?
Choreograph every aspect of your onstage performance in advance.
Absolutely
Every
not.
movement, every facial expression, even your emotions, and rehearse it thoroughly. You can reference existing characters from opera or imitate similar people from your own life. In short, you want to pin down
Can I be
every
Venti? I
detail
wanna
of
be
the
Venti.
character you want to portray in your mind, and then work through them methodically, and find ways to bring them out.
I don't fully understand.
Well, in your case, what you need to do is imitate your past self. Think of yourself not as you, but as somebody outside this world controlling your every move.
That's even harder to understand. Oh no, she knows. She's getting meta. She knows the truth of the
Complicated to
world.
explain, but once you give it a try, I think you'll get the hang of it. Okay, how about we start by setting a simple scenario?
In Before
The
Tvat
Huey
is
in
actually
red
just a
want to attack the
simulation.
Guizhong ballista,
I mean, the
and the
sky's
heavyweight
fake,
guards in
so why not
blue
everything
want to
else?
try and stop you. What you want to do is evade all the blues and go straight for the reds.
Avoid blue, go to red. What if I fail?
Yes, I think that
Oh,
sums
okay.
it up.
We weren't
There's
doing
an
it.
open area to the north. I'll set up a stage for you. When you've finished rehearsing everything in your mind, come and find me.
I refuse to rehearse. I was the kind of person that, quote-unquote, preparing for, like, a presentation was like, I would read over stuff a little bit and kind of go through what I was going to do, and then be like, alright, I'll just do it when we get there. I know what I'm going to do. It never worked out. I mean, like, it worked out in that I did fine and stuff, but it definitely didn't go as optimally as it could have. And every time I'm like, man, next time
Well,
I'm going to prepare better, I'm
finished
going to, like,
rehearsing?
write stuff down, I'm going to make note cards, and then I never did. What was I supposed to do again? No, alright. I'm
No
ready,
need
I
to
think.
rush. Take your time. I shall guide you with my voice.
So avoid blue, go to red. Okay, this... I'm not locking onto them. This sucks. No, don't hit the blue one. I'm also Electro Traveler, so I can't use my, my skill that much, because he'll hit multiple... It didn't even work! It completely whiffed! I actually like their decision to not translate Yunjin singing and just leave it the Chinese, because I don't think other languages
Well, that was a little better.
would really have
You
captured it
managed to bring out more of
correctly.
that fearless
Maybe
hero
the other
quality that
Asian
time.
languages, but
My
I don't know.
hard
It's such a
work has
different
finally paid off.
type of
This method
singing, I
might
feel
not
like,
sound
from
as
most English
sophisticated and
stuff.
exciting as the first two, but it's the most popular choice for teaching
I don't know, or I
beginners.
just think it's nice
Rigorous
and cool and
rehearsal
should stay.
vocal training is at the core of this school of thought. It even works on those whose performance lacks emotional depth at first. As long as you practice diligently, with time, you will achieve mastery.
I appreciate,
one way or
like,
another.
when
Either your finely honed
series
skills become a good
translate music,
substitute for innate
but
talent,
also
or
it doesn't
the process of
work
honing your skills
right.
cultivates genuine
You know what I
talent
mean?
within you. People say that when you truly master the art of singing, even the birds and beasts will be drawn to your song.
That's amazing.
I know. I guess I still have a long road ahead of me when it comes to developing as a performer.
Why on earth didn't you start with this?
Well, because even if I had, you
She
wouldn't have
knows!
put your heart into it.
She knows this is a
It's been
distraction.
written on your face this whole time. Just try and keep her occupied until the next show.
I thought I was doing a good job of hiding it.
Don't forget that acting is my bread and butter. Did you really think I wouldn't be able to see through it?
No, I
Still,
I
this is a rare
figured you would.
opportunity,
Also, we
and
should
I
have
hope
committed
you'll at least
chaos.
learn something from it about the beauty of the performing arts. The operatic tradition carries countless historical memories within it. As long as the art is kept alive, the voices and faces of bygone heroes can be recreated on the stage for generation after generation. I hope that your voice and your face will make their mark on Liyue Opera too.
Make a mark on Liyue Opera.
Yes, as well as coaching.
I mean, I
I
imagine
have
with
also
all
been
the stuff
closely
that's
observing
happened
every move
thus
you
far,
make. Do you remember the basics of
the
following
Traveler's
method?
story would be told in Liyue for a while. Imitate similar people
Don't
from
you
your own
think
life.
there's a striking similarity between you who stood up for Liyue and fought off a god of old, and the divine damsel in the play?
No.
With you as a reference in mind, I'm sure I can finally make a breakthrough in creating my own adaptation of this character.
So why was your first method to go and put yourself in danger?
Because as far as I'm concerned, the immersion method, drawing on life experiences, and imitating
Yeah, it's
others
valid.
are all valuable acting methods. Even if my every movement is rehearsed to perfection, I can't move the audience without conveying emotion. And even if I fully master the character's emotions, a little choreography will help make the performance more polished and appealing. Whatever the method is.
Yeah, I
as
get
long as
why
it offers something that can
manager
improve
lady was
my
upset, but
performance,
also,
I
like,
will always give it a try.
Yunjin literally was
Thank you
doing
for
everything
trying them out as
for
well.
her
It
performance.
means a lot to me. And congratulations on making it to the end of your first acting class.
When's my graduation ceremony?
Graduation ceremony? I'm afraid that's still a long way in the future. For now, I hope to incorporate part of you into my performance of the Divine Damsel. But one day, I hope to write an opera all about you.
I am
When
sure
that
there will
day
be
comes,
many.
I hope you will be able to join me on stage and give me some constructive criticism.
I will do anything for you,
It'll
my
take
queen.
a lot of hard work to reach the point where you're ready to go on stage. But I'll be here to keep you on track every step of the way.
You're a strict teacher.
Here we go again. So old-fashioned.
Yeah, you bet. I
Then
am like
again,
10,000
I
years old or
suppose I will
something.
have to give you a lot of instruction along the way. And if
I'm
I won't let you call me
surprised,
master,
like,
teacher, or coach,
the fact that the
try to
Traveler's
think of
really
something
old
you
doesn't
can
come
call
up
me.
more, just in the way
I've
that
got
they
it.
talk,
You can
or
call
the
me
fact that they're from,
mentor.
like, somewhere
What do you think?
not Teyvat. I don't know, you'd think there would be more vocal differences. This is a really good picture, by the way. Alright. I don't know what the other bridge points would have been. There weren't any. Okay. All the other ones are gonna be in this other side. Ugh, I don't want to side with the manager. She's a Karen. Go, Chi-Chi, go. Go, Chi-Chi, go. People are saying, because the Dendro Archon's gonna be this type of model, that they don't want... They want, like, a special run cycle, because they don't want this for it. I don't know. I would love playing the 500-year-old Dendro god that just runs with her arms out.
No.
Look, you have to take back. We're just lucky.
Well, while I'm off stage,
You know, you
so
Ultimately, safety should come first.
Exactly. Just think of all
I
the people
disagree
coming
with the
from
statement.
far and wide just to show you their support.
why do you make it sound like they are coming to see me?
Well, they
and
are.
not the show.
Well, same difference, isn't it?
No. But they are probably coming for
I
Yunjin
don't
specifically.
think so. They seem quite different to me. Well, either way, you're quite right. I mustn't let down our audience, especially those who came from afar. And I certainly mustn't make you come out looking for me again.
I will
So
come
I
looking for you
suppose I will
anytime
put
you
my
want.
Training exercises on hold for a while.
Whew. I'm glad to know that the brightest star in my troop is finally gonna start listening to reason.
No,
I'm
she's
gonna head
not.
back and
She's
see how the set is
absolutely
coming
not.
along.
Why would you
Don't
think that?
go disappearing on me again.
All right. I'll head back and do some rehearsing. It's no substitute for first-hand experience, but it should still help me iron out a few issues.
It's also safer than first-hand experience.
Speaking of which, I haven't even thanked you properly for saving me.
You're welcome.
If you are free after the show, come and find me at Hayu Tea House.
But, okay. That just said tea house. It didn't say what specific tea house. She did, but the game didn't. This is gonna be a long one. I think it was 20. Round and around it goes. For where it stops, we specifically know because we put it there. Go, time, go. Sometimes there's a glitch with the time where it just goes around an extra day. I haven't seen it in a little bit, but I was seeing it consistently for a while. So, hey, you tea house. Go, Chi-Chi, go. Ah, up there. Look at her run. She's so cute. Why has the game forgotten Chi-Chi? Chi-Chi's story is so interesting and great. She deserves more content. I don't care about Baizu, I care about her. Oh, I thought we'd be here at the stage. There's a thing! There's a thing and it's in the scene!
Now that's something else! Thrilling performance! I've never seen anything
I do
like it
actually
before
kind
in
of
my
care about
life.
Baizu.
Your reputation is
The fact that he's not
well-deserved.
coming out until like next Lantern Rite at the earliest is kind of
I've
disappointing.
had the pleasure of seeing the talented Miss Yun on stage many a time in the past, but the songs still sound fresh and new every single time. It's been barely a few days since I last saw you perform. But once again, Yunjin, you've
I both
progressed by
love and
leaps
hate
bounds.
when you can see like a
You're far
collectible
too
in the
kind,
background
both
of a
you.
cutscene.
I'm still new to the profession, but I promised myself when I joined the troupe that
More
I would
time to
strive
save up.
to develop
Yeah, I
myself
guess.
as a performer every day. And I wouldn't be where I am now without everyone's faithful support.
Me, the second that
Nonsense. You're too humble,
Sumeru
Miss
starts
Yun.
hoarding
You're a
primos like a
major
dragon for the
celebrity.
Dendro
Who in
Archon.
Liyue hasn't heard the name Yunjin?
Especially since Kalei is going to be a free
In the
character
circles I move
that
in,
I'll just be able to
anyone who
get a
says
copy of.
they've
I won't have to
never
worry
seen
about rolling
Yunjin
for her.
on stage is at risk
Ugh,
of getting
Kalei,
laughed
I
out of
miss you already.
business. As it happens, I have a business
Yep.
meeting at the Xinyu
That's the
kiosk
latest
with a
leaks.
client
You're going to
who is
get a
also
free
big
Kalei
fan of
for
yours.
entering Sumeru.
So, I was wondering if you'd perhaps like to join us for the meal.
Oh, me too. I booked a table at the Lioli Pavilion and was hoping you might join me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to both of you, but
Yunjin
I won't be able to make it.
seems like the type
I'm
of
very
person
grateful for
that
the
absolutely
invitations, but
hates people fawning
I'm
over her.
afraid, I already have arrangements for this evening. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Oh, I'm here for you.
Okay, you have plans, but you're really gonna pass
Yeah,
this up?
go away.
I mean, you can always reschedule.
No, you can
Wait a
go
second,
away now.
you're-
Yes, of course we're famous in Leeway. I brought this up in the quest we were doing the other day. Why am I blanking on her name? Hot lady with the armpits. Well, the more people should recognize this instantly.
Well, I guess it's not going to work out today, then. Maybe another day, Miss Yun.
Why the fuck can't I remember her name?
Huh. They took off pretty quick. Do they know something I don't?
Oh, dude.
I guess I'll be leaving too. Wouldn't want to cramp your style.
Take care, both of you. Sorry that I can't see you off.
They both leave 'cause they suck.
Thanks for coming to my rescue. Again. Look at you. You're a national treasure. Even Gentry Moutsai is in awe of you. I feel a little
As they
sorry
should
for
be.
Shinue Kiosk and Liuli Pavilion. I just hope the food won't go to waste.
Well, why don't we go to the
I
kiosk?
don't think we'd be able to get a seat this late. But it's fine.
I am the traveler, hero savior of Mondstadt, and Liyue, liberator of Inazuma. They will make space for me. I actually appreciate that the traveler doesn't invoke, like, hi, I'm a great god that has saved all of you. But also maybe do that sometimes.
Miss Yun? Oh, wow, it's really you. I have just a few questions, if you don't mind.
Hey, get back!
That's
Oh, ditzy girl, you don't have a clue what you're doing.
Are you a journalist? If you'd like to arrange
No,
an
she's an
interview,
up-and-coming
I'll have to liaise
actor
with
that
my
wants
manager.
some advice.
Sorry, Miss Yun. Don't mind her. She's just new
Yeah.
and still learning the ropes. We'll leave you
This guy's doing a great
I'm
job as a
interested
voice
to know
actor.
Why you added a silk dance to the scene where the divine damsel makes her appearance?
Oh, I know she's a journalist. Go away.
You
But yeah,
noticed
okay. The fact that she's
Yes,
noticing specific
based on the
details
original script, that scene would see your
is something that
character
Yunjin would
perform
actually
breakfast
care
walk.
about.
But the addition of the silk dance meant that the whole way you carried yourself was so much more.
So it's like, oh, you're paying
Wait a
attention
minute.
to the specific
Yes,
details
yes,
and
but
reasons
delicate
that
and
I
graceful
put
like a
in
crane.
these changes
Oh,
to the play.
Sorry, which publication are you from? How come I
Okay,
haven't
she's
met you
not a
before?
journalist. She's
Well,
Hi, we're from the Steambird.
oh no,
I'm
okay, she
Boy
is.
E, the editor-in-chief. And this young lady is Shurian, one of my journalists. We were based in Fontaine. Just recently we made the move back to Liyue.
Fontaine.
Oh, I see.
Fontaine's
You're
gonna
from
be
the
an
Steambird.
interesting
Then
place.
it's no wonder. Your journalist has clearly done her research.
that's very kind of you, but really, my level of knowledge is very basic compared to yours.
It's kind of crazy how much stuff is leaked out
You a bone here.
because
Make
we've
the most of
even
it, okay?
gotten
Talk to her.
Fontaine leaks.
Actually, I'm afraid there's somewhere I need to be.
Not like
Then I'd
super
really need to
in-depth
clear this
ones,
interview
but
with my
like we're
manager.
seeing stuff for Fontaine already. Make the most of it. You might as well talk to them. It's like, no, you might as well
But
talk to
what
them.
about our plans?
I'm interested to hear your story too.
Really? Okay, sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Yoon.
Great. Thank you both kindly. Let's find a quiet place and get this interview underway.
Oh, I see. So that's why you added the silk dance in this scene.
Yes, exactly. Doing it this way not only allows for more physicality in my movement, it also
I do
means I can
appreciate
make better use
the
of the
amount that they've
stage
like thought
and
through
transition into
Yunjin
the scene more
in
quickly.
like
Ah, okay.
I mean
So there was even more
it's
to it
made
than I
up
thought.
jargon garble,
So
right?
wouldn't it make
But
sense to contrast this with the dome
they
column
are
Apasionado
specifically
section that comes
adding
directly
thought
afterward
to
by
her
making the latter
actions
a
and her
little more
performances
sophisticated?
that other people can literally
I
notice.
think I know which section you're talking
Because she
about.
mentions that she changes stuff and she ad-libs stuff to
Sorry.
make it
What am I
fit better
saying? This is a
with her
fixed formula,
motivations.
isn't it? My suggestion would completely break
I don't
the
know.
rule.
I think it's really she's
No,
pretty well written
It's okay.
for random
It's an
side character
interesting
that is
idea, for
actually not
sure.
important in the
I'll give it some
least.
thought. Thanks for the suggestion.
Like she's
Really?
just some random
Wow.
actor.
I'm
Not
so
random.
honored.
She's like the biggest actor in Liyue, but she's kind of a random actor. You know, she has no bearing on the plot at all. I appreciate it. This conversation's way beyond me.
Shurian, maybe it's time to move on to some of the things our readers would like to know about.
No.
Oh, okay. I was also going to ask for your opinion on the set and the costumes.
Yes, well, I'm sure Miss Yun has countless pearls of
What
wisdom she could share on her
do
chosen
you
craft.
want to ask about?
Not all of our readers are quite so,
This is literally all
artistically
Yunjin would
literate,
care
shall we
about,
say.
bro.
A lot of them really just want to know more about you. You know?
Yunjin
what
doesn't
does
care
Yunjin
about that
do
at
when
all.
she's off stage?
She prepares to be on stage.
Excuse me? When I'm off stage?
You know, you're a major celebrity, and a lot of our readers are interested to know what life is like for you. What kind of place you live in, what kind of things you eat, clothes you wear, things you buy. That whole side of it.
She doesn't.
A day in the life.
Besides rehearsing, a day in my life isn't really any more interesting than anyone else's.
This guy also doesn't understand
Nonsense.
why
Of course it
Yunjin
is.
agreed
Just
for
think how many
to do
people
this
were at
interview.
your show earlier. They come from all over just to show
Like,
their support.
we're gonna leave now, and then he's gonna get
fact,
mad at this
A
girl
relative of mine has a daughter who's
despite,
saying she wants
like,
to broaden her horizons.
being the reason that
She's been
Yunjin
looking
talked to
for a
them
chance
at
give you a
all.
jade hairpin as a gift.
Oh,
Yeah, look, she's getting
it's
mad.
against the rules of the opera troupe to accept private gifts from patrons. Could someone out there be accepting gifts for the troupe under false pretenses? I must get Yunning to look into it.
I mean, it wasn't a big deal. Just something she said. Forget I brought it up. So, I saw a gentry Maltsai and a Snezhnayan gentleman come down from upstairs. Are they patrons of your shows? Too?
Absolutely not.
So, what are your thoughts on Snezhnaya and Fatui?
I'm sorry.
This
This
guy's
is my
such
first
a
interview,
moron.
And my notes are becoming a total mess. I might need a moment to pause and reorganize them a little. Otherwise, I'll never be able to work all this into an article. Mr. Boy, maybe you should take a look too.
Don't be ridiculous! Stopping an interview halfway through to organize your notes? What are you talking about? Hey, all right. Miss Yun, we'll just be a moment.
He doesn't understand at all what's going on.
Oh,
Are you sure you want to
I'm
continue?
fine. It's not the first time I've been asked questions like these. The last time it happened, Yunjin stopped the interview for
I'll
me.
stop the
But
interview
the
for
next
you.
day, the tabloids were full of articles like "Dramatic
Eh.
Exit, Yunjin storms out of interview," and "Miss La-di-da opera star is too good for our questions." Yeah. So from then on, Yunjin said all interview requests have to go through her.
Let's see.
I used to think I could hold the troupe together just by putting on a good performance. But now, I have to make sure I concentrate on my actions off
Oh, this
stage
is
too.
one of those that, like, both options are supposed to be read in sequence. I saw a lot of the audience on the way over here. Many of them found your performances very moving.
Oh, you mean Fanarya and that crowd? I cherish them as members of my audience too. But there aren't many people like them who can appreciate all the nuance in a single viewing. How did Shuryun end up working with an editor like that guy? Something feels
You do
wrong
what you
there.
gotta do to get the
Ugh.
money.
They could be back at any moment, so I should stay here for now. But could you go look into it for me?
No
If you
problem.
find out anything, come straight back here and let me know.
How far away do I have to go? Or are we just gonna
Just
listen to them?
how can you be so cruel to Miss Yun?
Keep your voice down.
Oh, they're trying to
Whatever
slander
you've
her.
got to say, it can wait until we're out of earshot. We'll both be in hot water if Yunjin finds out.
Find out, you say.
What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking dull questions and start thinking about how to win over our readers. Do
How?
I make myself clear?
How does he see me? The stealth section sick. He sees you with his heart's eye.
I don't think you realize what a golden opportunity you have here. How many journalists would give an—
Well,
Huh? Who are you? So, you've been lying in app?
I failed. Oh, that failure is an option, apparently.
Faster? Okay, faster. Did you find anything out?
They got away. This part of the hangout truly sucks. Ugh.
I see. Well, it's not unexpected. It's just a bit of a shame that I didn't get to talk with Shuryun.
Yeah, I talked about
She
this
genuinely
in
understands
the last time I
opera
streamed
and has a
Genshin.
passion
I hate
for it.
these
That's not
stealth
something
segments.
You can act. If I had the
They're-
chance
they're
to talk
not
with her
good.
more in depth, it could well provide me with some fresh inspiration.
I didn't know that's what you had in mind.
Yunjin, did you agree to another interview without notifying me?
I don't think they're coming
These
back.
tabloid types are total scumbags, all of them. Who knows what innocent detail he might end up turning into the next big scandal? Sure, nothing might have come of it today, but who knows where it'll go tomorrow? Short of catching them all in their
It's also
lair
stretching
in
me too
one
far.
fell
Yeah,
swoop. Who
and
knows
like
when
there's
this is
nowhere to
going
hide.
end?
I'm sorry. I was careless on this occasion.
Well,
The
that
vision
really
cones
doesn't
also go
solve
from
anything.
being like
Come on,
super
go tell
dumb
everyone in the troop to be
to
extra
being
cautious
like
during
really
this
strict.
time.
I don't know.
Ugh, gee, oh Lord, bless us. Spare us any more offstage drama.
Oh no! No, she's getting taken away. Oh, Ley line overflow. Ugh. Means I have to use my precious resin on that. This isn't what I want. What I want at all. Alright. Back in there at Krispy Kreme. Three, four, and
Just
What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking dull questions and start thinking about how to win over our readers. Do I make myself clear?
okay.
I don't think you realize what a golden opportunity you have here. How many journalists would give anything they had to trade places with you right now? Huh? Ever think about
I
that?
can't get closer.
you
They
just
will
don't
see
get it.
me.
Miss Yun has put her heart and soul into.
Enough! Stop yelling in public! Or do you want Miss Yun to hear about all the lies you're spreading about her?
Me? You're the one making everything up.
Ah, well, you sure seemed pretty happy chatting to her, so don't act like you ain't a part of this. And don't forget the contract
Yeah,
you
okay.
signed.
Haha, contracts.
Come.
It is leeway,
We'll
though.
continue our little chat over there. You need to listen and learn, young lady.
I.
How? How the fuck do you see me? Absolute horseshit.
Are you ready to stop whining now? Do you have any idea how rare an opportunity like this is for a small-time paper like ours? Just think of the sales if we can get an exclusive. We'd have enough
I
to
like
cover your
the
salary
fan
for 2
interpretation
lifetimes.
that characters will just find
What
the
about us
traveler
pretending to
climbing
be
around
from
on
the
random
Steam
bullshit.
Bird? Aren't you worried she'll find out?
You really think
Ah,
she
you're not
still
actually
would've
from
talked to you
Fontaine.
if I hadn't told that little white lie?
Yeah, probably.
Besides, what have you got to be afraid of? As long as we make it sound like an eyewitness account, how will she be able to refute it? Heck, if she actually presses the issue, I'll probably have to thank her for keeping it current for me.
This is horrible. I will not let you treat Miss Yun like this.
I don't know who she thinks she is anyway. Oh, I sang a couple of shows. so
She
now I'm a
literally
national
doesn't think
superstar.
like that,
Give me
though.
a break.
Other
No one
people
wants to
think like
read about
that.
your sopranos or your falsettos. We give the readers what they want. That's how this business works.
Ugh.
Case in point.
I hate
that
this
blonde guy
like
seemed to be getting along pretty
interpretation
well
of
with you. There's definitely a story there, even if there isn't.
of journalism. It's like,
That's
no,
enough. I'm reporting you
make
to the
facts.
Report me? What for? Libel? Identity theft? Good luck with that. I haven't written anything.
Like,
Where's
if you write, I don't know. It's
I-
just, it's part of the destruction of journalism as a whole.
You better
recent
tread
years.
carefully, Missy. First, you neglect your own duties, and now you're trying to get in the way of mine? You signed the contract. You know full well the consequences. If you sabotage this interview, I will make sure you lose everything.
And
you
Yunjin
have.
will hire her as a stagehand.
I will ruin you. You understand?
Also,
Why? Oh,
Getting-
why did
I-
I sign that contract?
moments like this is so dumb because literally, like, getting on the bad side of the traveler who has connections in literally everything is the dumbest thing you could possibly do. No need to check him as Yunjin in the sense now. I should stay hidden for now and check him as
Well,
Yunjin.
think very carefully about what you're going to do.
I'm gonna have to do
is
this a
rare
second time.
opportunity. Now, I need to think how to phrase these interview questions.
You. Hey, wait!
Maybe not. Maybe she noticed me. No, okay, she didn't. Where'd Chi-Chi go? Oh, hey, Eula's alive again. I don't know how. I guess it counted as...
Faster?
It counted as me dying? When I got spotted?
Did
What?
you find anything out?
Well,
I see. I knew there was something fishy about that editor-in-chief. But this is a bigger plot twist than I expected.
should we report it to the middle list?
Not yet. All he's done so far is ask a few questions. There's nothing in print yet. The Millilith wouldn't be able to do anything even if we got them involved.
This is
Besides,
an
if we
unfortunate
rush to
truth
report
about
him now,
law
it's
enforcement
only
where
going
it's
to
like,
give him more
we
material
can't,
to write about.
a lot of times we can't actually do anything until a crime has been committed. This can't be the first time you've done this.
You're
Or
right.
they've done
But
this.
tabloids like theirs never have permanent offices and printing presses. The moment they hear anything, they'll disappear without a trace. And you've got no chance of catching them. I'm actually more concerned about another detail you told me. Would you be willing to do me another favor? I want to send a letter to that journalist.
Anything for you, my goddess.
Right. Thank you.
Yunjin immediately drafts a letter.
The editor should be here soon, so I'll stay here to deal with him. I'll have to rely on you to deliver the letter. If everything goes well, we should be able to get some breathing room for a while.
A letter personally written by Yunjin. Let's read it. That would be here. Oh, I can't read it. No. Give the letter to Shion. Hello, oh.
I've had it with you. Do you think contracts are just bits of paper?
Do you?
If we weren't on a tight deadline, you'd better believe I'd fire you right here on the spot.
You're a disgrace to Leeway's whole
Reflect on your
mentality
actions
of
if you know
contracts.
what's good for you. Sorry, but I'm not babysitting you anymore today.
Show up once the editor-in-chief is officially away.
You're the one who was with Miss Yun earlier.
Yunjin wrote this letter for you.
Really? Miss Yun wrote me a letter? I'll read it right away.
What is happening with your nose?
Wow. Really? I can't believe this.
What does the
Miss
letter
Yun
say?
says that under Liyue law, any penalty charge I have to pay may not substantially exceed the amount of my salary. You can't have a labor contract that would completely bankrupt the employee in the event of a breach. It's not legally binding. So not only can he not get any money off of me, I can take this contract to the Ministry of Civil Affairs
Yay!
and blow the whistle on him. I
Corruption!
didn't think about any of this when I was job hunting. I just signed the contract without a second thought.
Yeah, a lot of people do
I
that.
always thought Miss Yun was all about opera. Who would have thought she was such a legal expert, too?
This is quite the solution she came up with.
If only I hadn't gone out of my way to get Miss Yun's attention in the first place, none of this would have happened. I didn't expect it to end up with Miss Yun helping fix my life problems.
Can you lead me to their base of operations?
Well, Mr. Boye says I'm still on probation, so he won't tell me where their work location is.
Yeah, that's not suspicious
Plus,
at all.
I give all my draft articles straight to him, so I don't have anything in the way of evidence.
Maybe he's planning to fire you once your probationary period ends?
I wouldn't put it past him. But the letter says that my statement and the contract are enough to get the Millilith looking into it. If Miss Yun says so, I'm sure she must be right. Let's go confront him right now.
Yay! Confrontation! Run.
Okay, I think I've covered this topic pretty thoroughly now. Unless you had any more questions?
Well, what can I say, Miss Yun? You have so many wonderful qualities. Let's not quit while the ball's rolling, huh? Otherwise, I'll think of something I didn't ask later, and by then, it'll be too late.
Okay.
Hey, where's that, friend of yours who was here earlier? You guys seemed, pretty close. Not intentionally avoiding the interview, surely?
I'm right here.
You're finally back. This poor gentleman's been waiting for you.
You're with Shiryun? Hey, what's going on here?
Again, where's
Hey,
the
Shiryun,
R in this name?
Don't forget the contract you signed.
Funny, that contract's just what we came to
traveler
discuss.
clued me this contract you made me sign, it isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Even if it is, I have a very good lawyer friend I could go talk to.
Don't you think I did my research?
Also Zhongli.
Research. Oh, so you're a news editor, but you also have an interest in law?
Yeah, she's new, and she's making a fool of herself. She doesn't get how this all works.
No, it's okay. In fact, I found myself delving into some legal texts recently. It's all so intricate and complicated that it's very difficult to take it all in. The contracts of our opera troupe are a case in point. I'd finally finished reading through the relevant documentation from the Yuehai Pavilion when suddenly the Qixing announced a new interpretation. So I'm just curious. How can you be completely sure that you didn't
He absolutely
miss anything
can't unless he
when you were
hired a
researching
lawyer.
this?
I'm pretty sure I read everything relevant.
Under current legislation, the penalty terms in my labor contract are unreasonable and exploitative. I could report you to the Millilith for extortion.
Nonsense! That's ridiculous.
My goodness. Sir, it seems that we should probably bring this interview to a close here.
Don't listen to her.
No, you
I
don't.
run a legitimate
You
business.
absolutely do
Everything
not.
we do is above board.
Oh, I have no doubt about that at all, sir. But this reminds me of a case I read about not long ago. Once you get reported and the Milliliths start scrutinizing
Yeah,
your
once they
business,
start looking, they
well,
don't stop.
not only do they look into every license you have and every work you've ever published, but everything down to your fire safety policy will come under their magnifying glass as well. So if you don't get back now and start preparing for their arrival, well, I mean, I don't mind continuing the interview at all. But I'd hate to take up too much of your precious time if there's any aspect of your business you want to double check from a legal standpoint.
You?
Where's Yanfei?
I won't forget this!
I just want Yanfei.
Hey,
We're talking about
where do you
legal
think
jargon.
you're
Where's
going?
Yanfei? Where's my girl? The editor-in-chief leaves in a
Miss Yu?
panic.
Why did you stop me?
Are we really just gonna let him go? We'll destroy all the evidence the moment he gets back.
And the contract I have is enough to get him arrested, isn't it?
Absolutely not. This was all a bluff.
I'm not a legal expert. I have
I
no
love her.
idea. All that was just an act, aimed at getting him to show us the way.
An act? Show us the way to what? Yunjin, the Millilith are after him. Based on his movements, it looks like Boyi is heading back to his headquarters. I really hope they teach these tabloids a lesson they won't forget. It'd sure make my life a lot easier.
I see what's going on.
Yes, I had Yunning report to the Millilith while you were delivering the letter for me. The penalty terms in Shiyun's contract are too severe. Even if they don't violate the law, I'm sure he must be taking advantage of some loopholes. Anyone who works like that is sure to have a guilty conscience.
Yeah, guy's clearly an
So
asshole.
all I had to do was put on a little show, starring the editor-in-chief of the Steambird. And now, he is sure to lead us to the solid evidence.
Can't believe you even kept us in the dark.
Well, acting has to be authentic to be believable.
Their little publication will go out of business in no time. Good riddance, I say. I hope this gets the other tabloids to rein in their
It
antics
won't.
too. Hey, here's a thought. Maybe we could get him to rat on some of his rival publications.
I doubt he. Well, he probably will, but
I only just realized what this means. I'm going to be out of a job.
oh,
aren't
absolutely.
I?
And you will never get another job in this field ever.
Well,
But
would
again,
you still
Yunjin
be
will now.
interested in submitting an article to the Steambird? But the
Yunjin
real
will now
one
hire
is
her as like a
Oh,
stagehand.
Yes, of course. But
Yunning, when can we arrange the next interview for?
oh, so now you're asking me. 2 days from now, morning. Work for you?
Okay.
Morning is very
Sure.
vague.
Let's continue our discussion about tonight's play 2 days from now.
Does this mean I get to do a full feature interview with you? Okay. I think I know what I want to write about. Thank you, Miss Yun.
Don't mention it. I'm sure it will be a source of inspiration for both of us.
Oh, that's cute. It's far easier to earn 1,000,000 mora than to find someone who knows your heart. Alright. Where is the next divergence? One there. There's one here.
What?
Yeah, okay.
Faster?
This is going to be the
Okay, faster.
interrupt them. Oh, good, I don't have to actually do it. It just goes right to this point.
Are you ready to stop? Just think.
But
You're as long as no one wants to case in point. Report me. What? You better track. You sign.
Hurry up. No need to check in with Yunjin.
Who's
This
there?
ends now.
It's you. What do you want?
I want to throw you
I'm
off of
warning
this
you,
bridge.
I'll spread a lovely little story about you and Yunjin throughout all of Liyue.
Alright,
wait
I
a
don't care.
second. I was so focused on Miss Yun earlier that I didn't notice who it was.
Huh? What are you talking
Oh
about?
my god, you're an
He's
idiot.
the traveler. You know, the one who even the chiefs seem
Like,
to
yeah,
listen
for
to.
real. Deep-seated connections into every
What have
part
I
of
gotten
life
myself into?
in 3 city-states.
No need to get all worked up here.
Stop playing dirty.
Yes, quite right.
I could
quite
kill
right.
you
I'm
in
just
broad
afraid it's
daylight and get
very
away with it.
Just my luck.
I could stab you and be like, ah, he was a Fatui,
So sorry.
and people would
I
believe
had no
me.
idea it was going to turn out like this.
I heard everything. It's not your fault.
But I'm so ashamed. I don't know how I could face Miss Yun now. So please pass on my apologies to her.
Sure. Okay, and that's just the ending of that. Nope, wait. I gotta report back to Yunjin. Which I guess makes sense. I do wish, considering she has a picture in, like, one of the endings, I wish she wasn't so basic NPC, but she's not the basicest of basic NPCs, so
Did you
it's
find
alright.
anything
Shuyun asked me to apologize on her behalf. You tell Yunjin about everything that happened.
I see. Well, it's not unexpected.
The fireworks are starting.
It's just a bit of a shame that I didn't get to talk with Shuyun for longer. She genuinely understands opera and has a passion for it. That's not something you can act. If I had the chance to talk with her more in depth, it could well provide me with some fresh inspiration.
I didn't know that this is what you had in mind.
Yunjin, did you agree to another interview without notifying me?
She didn't say anything to give cause for
These
concern.
tabloid types are
Okay,
torture,
this is
nothing...
gonna
Sure.
be the same ending
Well, what?
of her getting pulled away. It's just a different path for it. The next ending is at this bridge. Oh, this is gonna be let's go get the manager.
Hey,
Are you a...
sorry, Miss Yun.
Miss Yun.
Hmm? You...
Yes.
animated?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. We were based in.
Oh, I see. Then it's no wonder.
Take me to the choice.
Actually...
Take me to the choice. Let's play it let's play it safe and book the interview in with your manager.
Yes, you're right. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid the troupe is pretty strict about the rules for this kind of thing. So we'll have to do this one by the book. Please liaise with my manager, and we can do this interview another day. The Steambird is a highly reputable publication, so I'm sure my manager won't give you a hard time. Once the interview is arranged, I'll be very happy to answer any and all questions you have.
But. Fair enough. Sorry if we're being intrusive. Please forgive us. We'll leave you in peace. Hey, come on, quit dawdling.
Oh my god, it's such an asshole.
Bye, Miss Yun.
Hey, wait! That's the wrong way if you wanted to talk to my manager.
They're gone.
Oh well, never mind. I have a friend who works for a paper. I'll ask them later. For now, though, the top priority is making good on our plans. Now that I think about it, I've turned down 3 social engagements tonight. Come with me. Our plan is the only one remaining, so let's make the most of it.
Hell yeah, date time. Oh no, my sparkles disappeared. How can I find my way without my sparkles?
I can smell the fragrance of food in the air. Yes, Cherhu Rock is definitely the place to go after a performance.
Are you taking me to third round knockout?
Oh, so you're a regular in Cherhu Rock too, huh? Third round knockout has a great view. It's the perfect place to drink some tea and listen to a good story. It's also a favorite of one of my most faithful audience members. But at the
Is
same
it
time,
Zhongli?
it's lacking a little pizzazz. Hey, have you been to Chen the Sharp's place before?
Probably.
His grilled tigerfish is the best around. Third Round Knockout and Wanmin Restaurant are both great restaurants. But when it comes to barbecue,
I don't like barbecue.
this is the place to go. Enjoying some nice food and drink, sitting by the hot coals in the cool breeze.
Okay, it's like an actual barbecue. I don't like barbecue
Let's go.
sauce, specifically. I am not a fan. This is an actual grill, though.
Grilled tigerfish, hot off the grill.
Grilling
Oh,
is
hey
nice.
there.
I appreciate
Is
grilled
Miss
stuff.
Yun, which I see before me. It's been a while. What'll it be? The usual?
Yes, please. I'm out with my friend today. Let's start with a plate of stir-fried meat and a handful of skewers, and of course some grilled tigerfish. 2, please. One with just a hint of chili, and the other one,
Extra chili, let's go.
Your grilled tigerfish will be ready
My
soon.
mouth ain't burning, it ain't real
Any drinks
food.
with that?
You serve drinks
Yeah,
here?
I don't advertise it,
Of
though,
course they do,
'cause
it's a
just something I'm
restaurant.
experimenting around with for fun. Miss Yun likes a drink with her barbecue, so I ended up getting her to try them out for me. So, would you two like some tea, or?
I guess it's not a restaurant, it's like a
Well,
side
I managed
stall.
to scrounge some milk from Dongsheng next door. A merchant from Mondstadt told me a while back that there's this popular drink doing the rounds there called milk tea. I tried my hand at making it too, but the response has been kind of lukewarm. Still way off being ready to add to my menu.
tea with milk? Sorry, milk tea? It might not be the best thing for my throat, but if I'm just
I don't
having a
know,
little taste,
considering
I mean,
Barbara
I think it should be
thinks
fine.
that super spicy chili
What
mix
about you?
as a
Anything
drink
you
is
like to
good for her throat, I think milk tea will be fine.
Okay, let's get yours in first. And then, I'll have one of each.
I
if
want a
that's
Barbara
all right.
Yunjin
I'd
crossover
like
event.
to try them all.
Okie dokie. And here's your tigerfish, fresh off the grill.
Come on, let's enjoy it while it's still hot. Piping hot barbecue and a nice cool drink is the best sensation.
Ah.
That was great. Shame about these drinks, though. I only had a little sip of each one, so there's a lot left over.
What do you do with the rest?
Well, I mean, I could just drink them, but they're a little bland for me. Nothing that special. I guess he must have toned down the flavors to make them palatable for a wider range of customers. We could just...
Oh no, she's gonna
add
put
some
her
flavor
chili
back
into it.
in.
Let's go.
In fact, do you know the hot pot game?
I do not. Surely
Let's play
not.
the hot pot game with the leftover drinks.
Oh no, I do know
I'll
this.
put
This
up
is
the
what
ingredients based
Toma
on the
does in the
taste.
beginning
Can
of
you try
the
to guess what I
the
added?
Inazuma
Sounds
quests.
Don't worry. After mixing in the new ingredients, I'll also drink half, so I won't add any weird stuff.
Are you sure this is how the hot pot game is played?
We don't need to worry about every last detail. Come on, I'll go grab some ingredients from the shop next door. Once you've psyched yourself up, come
Oh,
and join me.
there's not a chance this ends well. We've experienced this with Toma. We've experienced this with Ayato. I cannot imagine this will go well with Yunjin. Come on.
Okay, get ready. Oh, and no peeking.
Take a sneak peek. I
It's ready.
saw some
Let's
stuff.
try it first.
I saw some stuff in that.
Pretty good. Your turn.
Yunjin seems to react okay. Do I savor it or knock it back? Savor the flavor. Feel kind of icy texture in your mouth. Have another taste. Feel sweet and sour flavor from the tip of your tongue with a fruity finish. Really savor it. It's gooey and hard to swallow, but there's something familiar about this viscosity. How'd you drink this with a straight face?
Oh, just regular facial expression control. Besides, it's
Damn you
nothing that
actors.
unusual. I think it tastes okay, doesn't it?
Amazingly, actually tastes pretty good.
So did you work out what ingredients I added?
Oh no, I didn't see slime condensate. I guess there was some in there. I saw mint, so I think it was mint jam and slime
You
condensate.
guessed them all correctly. You seem to have a well-developed palate.
I cheated, actually.
We can try some more combinations next time.
No, let's do them right now.
I wonder what kind of new flavors I could create with some more traditional teas, like pine nectar or snow blossom. I can't wait to try it out. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
I never thought this is what you would be like off stage.
Huh. Well, people do often say that getting deep into a character is about identifying the part of you that is similar to them and bringing that into the performance. So in that sense, I can't say it's incorrect to conflate an actor and the characters they play on some level. But there are many more sides of me than the few you see on stage. So ultimately, yes, I am not the same person on stage as I am off stage. Sometimes, when I get letters from people, I can tell from the way they write that they see me as someone cold and aloof. I can write back, but I have to be very careful about what I say. Likewise, when I get invited along to banquets and so on, I have to make sure to keep myself calm and composed the whole night.
That's a shame. Your offstage personality is definitely the cuter one. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
I bought you one drink, okay? That's
Aw.
not a license for you to start saying weird stuff like that. Well, never mind. You seemed like you were being sincere.
I will call everyone cute
All
if
I
it
was
is true.
trying to say is that everyone has many different sides to their personality. And if you get fixated on just one of those, there's so much you'll never discover about a person.
True.
I mean, if we hadn't had the chance to hang out and chat like this tonight, there are things about you I might never have gotten to see.
Also
like
true.
the mighty and distinguished traveler, diligently reviewing my hot pot drinks.
And I would have assumed you were. I'm not gonna say that. I'll say the serious type.
Serious? On stage, I guess. But off stage, just think of me as another one of your friends. Just one who happens to have a flair for the dramatic. So, friend, what shall we do next? Something to remember today by?
Let's get a photo.
You mean capture this happy moment for posterity so we can look back on it later?
Yeah, exactly that.
Let's have the food stall in the background. Now how should I pose?
Do I get to choose a pose? No, okay. Oh. Okay. You just do the ending picture.
I hope whenever you look at this photo in the future, it will remind you of the good time we had today.
So, goodbye for now?
Hold on. How is one photo going to be enough? We'll both need one if we want something to remember each other by.
You have a point.
You take this one, and I'll take another photo of you. But could you find another location for us? I'm thinking somewhere around Feiyun Slope with a good... I'll join you in a moment. I have something to prepare here first.
Oh no. Oh no. I am in danger. She's gonna make something. I don't think it's gonna end well. You wait for a while.
Sorry to keep you waiting so long.
Well, you have to get ready.
You'll see. The view here is great. The lights, the buildings, it's the ideal spot. I can see you chose it carefully. Yes, this angle is perfect. Okay, strike a pose and close your eyes.
Close my eyes. For a photo?
Yes, please. Quickly now.
You close your eyes. You hear a series of creaking noises, like a wooden stand being unfolded and landing up. Then you hear some light footsteps, followed by Yunjin's voice right by your ear.
3, 2, 1. Open your eyes.
I open my eyes. Aw, that's really cute. A photo together for memory's sake. Alright, we got one more ending for Yunjin, and then we're on to Shinobu. Now, where was the divergent point? Oh, it's in here. on stage and behind the scenes. So I actually, by the way, this was something that a friend of mine pointed out. So the reason that the sparkles will go like around to the stairs here is because you're not supposed to go down steps like this. This is actually for carts. The stairs are for people. This is for like carts and cattle and horses and stuff. So that's why it goes around it. It's really interesting and reflective of like actual reality. But I don't care.
What should I try?
We can try some more combinations next time. I can't wait to try it out. I'm
The
getting
real you
excited just
and the
thinking
characters you
about
play
it.
are nothing alike.
Well, people do often say that getting deep into a character is about identifying the part of you that is similar to them and bringing that into the performance. So in that sense, I can't say it's incorrect to conflate an actor and the characters they play on some level. But there are many more sides of me than the few you see on. Sometimes, when I get letters from people, I can tell from the way they write that they see me as someone cold and aloof.
I mean, you are a little
I
bit.
can write back,
But that
but I
doesn't
have
mean,
to be very careful about
it's
what
not
I
necessarily
say.
a bad thing.
Likewise, when I get invited along to
You're a
banquets
fun,
and so
cold,
on,
and aloof
I
person.
have to make sure to keep myself calm and composed the whole night.
Your onstage persona is more striking. That's unavoidable.
You think so? So you prefer the way I am on stage too?
No, but you didn't like
It's
when I
fair
called you
enough.
cute either.
After all, every detail of my onstage presence, from the songs to the costumes and makeup, is carefully crafted for maximum appeal. And I've worked hard to try and cultivate an image that appeals to everyone, regardless of age or gender. But if I can't lighten up and joke around, even with my closest
Oh no,
friends
did
when
I
I'm
get the
on
bad
stage,
ending?
that's a real bummer. Never mind. Talking about this tonight was about me showing my gratitude to you. So, did you have a good time? Is there anything else you want? Like something to remember the evening by?
An autographed
souvenir,
photo of
perhaps?
you.
Anything you can think of?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
she doesn't like this.
Here you go.
You have one prepared
Well,
already?
people ask me for autographs all the time. Usually what they want is a signed picture of me on stage. Apparently that makes it more valuable. Yunjin suggested that I keep a bunch of them on hand at all times to make things easier.
Ah, yes! That one is a picture from the Divine Damsel of Devastation. I have one just like it on my wall at home.
Hey, are you guys talking about
Ugh.
Miss Yoon's autograph photos?
Ugh.
I have one in the store too.
So everyone has one.
What do you think?
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't what I wanted. Alright. Well, the other ending was great. Give me my rewards. Alright, on to Shinobu. That was fun. A little more boring than some of the other ones, but it really showed Yunjin's character really well, so I did like it. Inazuma. Alright, Shinbu. What do you got for me? I don't know what to expect from this one. She's a member of the Arataki gang. This could go any number of ways.
As I've explained before, it's a constant battle for Mr. Arataki with his mental instabilities. I know it's caused no end of problems for you, and I can assure you that he
First
regularly
line
feels very
in,
remorseful about
and
that too.
she's calling him a big dumb
Yes,
idiot.
and that's why he has such a big heart for other people struggling with similar issues. The Arataki support group was actually
Oh my
founded
God.
precisely to try and bring something positive out of that. Yes, all of them are good, honest people underneath. It's just a shame that they still haven't found a clear after all this time. Oh, but no, not me. I'm not a sufferer.
What are you doing?
Just the person I need. Mr. Uesugi, my friend here can confirm everything I've told you about Mr. Arataki. To put it simply, he experiences strong emotion more acutely than most and easily becomes
Okay.
highly excitable.
What if I hadn't done the, like, was that a event or an Archon quest? Actually, I guess. I guess that was an Archon quest, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Never mind. I guess that's true.
And deep down inside, all the members of the Arataki support group are some of the most down-to-earth, kind-hearted people you could ever meet.
Yeah, I guess so. But that seems beyond the point.
Huh. Even the Traveler is here to vouch for the Arataki gang.
Absolutely.
So
Let
you're
Ito
saying
run
you've had them
free.
wrong all this time?
Absolutely. Shinobu is giving us the look, which means play along. Otherwise, why would Shinobu have stayed in the gang? Otherwise, how would the Arataki gang have been able to keep Shinobu?
You make a good point. You know, I heard Yoriki Owada saying how the Arataki gang's deputy has studied abroad.
This argument falls on its face, though, when you get to
someone with that much talent would choose to stay with the
Kujosara
gang.
being on top of them at all times.
Solid evidence that those three
Although I guess you could
flyers everywhere, and we've received a lot
you
of
could throw that
complaints
into
from
she
members of the
just
local community.
is
I
interested,
what you're saying
wink
and
wink,
everything.
in
I'm just
Ito,
not sure
and
I
doesn't
can
know
let
how to
them
deal
off
with
so
it,
easily.
which is definitely true.
Please accept my sincere apologies once again for all of that. Mamoru and the others probably believed that they would be able to reach more people in need this way. Unfortunately, they were so eager to help.
I'm gonna
that
be
they ended
real.
up causing more problems than they solved.
Just putting up posters
The
doesn't seem
Arataki
like a
support
big
group
deal.
assumes full responsibility. We will work quickly to restore the clean and tidy living environment that the community quite rightly expects. But with only myself available, I'm afraid that it could take a very long time to remove all the flyers. Having their help would have made things much quicker. I'm just a little concerned that if progress is too slow,
Belly
the
button.
complaints will only keep coming, which ultimately only makes more work for you and your colleagues.
All right, fine. I'll go fetch them, but don't think I'm gonna make a habit of this.
I can't believe she just talked them out of jail.
Finally,
These fucking
we're
idiots.
Hey! I knew Shinobu wouldn't abandon us. What up?
She really should.
The Arataki gang is back in town.
Sorry, they're getting a little overexcited at the prospect of being able to serve the community.
All right, guys. Make sure you get every last one of those flyers back, okay? And don't forget to apologize to the residents and ask for forgiveness.
I assure you, there won't be any problems. Will there, guys?
Yes, no problems. We'll be sure to get the job done.
I really hope letting them
It
go
absolutely
was the right
was
decision.
not.
They better not cause any more trouble.
Faster.
There will be so much trouble occurring. It's the Arataki gang.
All right then, Shinobu. We'll go apologize then.
No, it was
Yeah.
just that was just an
We better be
excuse.
quick, or
Not so fast.
Oh no, she's gonna yell at them.
Last month, you almost got the fire brigade out when you were roasting lavender melons.
How?
5 days ago, you angered the whole neighborhood by hosting the great sing-along in the middle of the night. And today, you go plastering flyers all over
What were the
town.
flyers for? I need to
How
know.
many times will you have to be arrested before this stops?
A million.
but we put up those flyers to tell everyone how great the Arataki gang is.
No more excuses. You know, I had real plans at Uyu Restaurant today. But it looks like you guys need a little slap on the wrist first.
Help!
No,
Please.
absolutely not.
You could have just left us in jail instead.
Slowly back away.
Serious? Shinobu, please calm down.
I want this to just be an ending on its own. Kuki Shinobu teaches the three a painful lesson.
Oh.
I wanted that to just be an ending of her, the picture
There we
being her
go.
slapping them. You can get back to your original plans for today.
You got off lightly. I have more important things to do today. We'll finish this off tomorrow. Is that clear?
Huh? Tomorrow? Do we have to?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Got it. We'll leave you to your other plans.
This is fantastic.
Oh, why did you just stand there and watch?
I didn't want to be part of it.
About us at all?
It's going to happen sooner or later. Better to get it out of the way.
Yes, that's true. And the longer she puts it off, the angrier she gets.
And you never know when it's going to come up.
There'll be more to come tomorrow. Oh, if only Shinobu was busy tomorrow too. Hey, how about
you guys are so dumb.
That sounds kind of risky.
You're just going to cause more issues and get her more upset about you.
Would he? Yeah, if Shinobu ever found out it was us, I don't even want to think about it.
I'd put a stop to it longer before Shinobu ever found out.
No way. We won't do anything bad. We're just gonna go and have a look and, you know, hold things up if it's possible.
Oh, God.
I mean, we can't just sit here and do nothing, can we?
Guys, you're gonna make it worse.
Come and watch.
No.
Keep an eye on us.
Absolutely not. I'm not getting involved in this.
Who knows? Maybe it'll give us some other ideas. Also, if the traveler's there, we can probably talk our way out if we get discovered.
I'm not. I don't want to do this.
We should be heading to the Uyu restaurant. Let's quietly follow her and just see how it goes.
Oh no. There's not a chance this goes over well. The very reaction so far, it's pretty much exactly what mine was doing this. I mean, I feel like this is everyone's reaction, right?
Are you sure we should go up there? I gotta psych myself up first.
You guys are so dumb. I love it.
This is Miss Cookie.
Oh no, Kujo Sara's here.
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm
Oh
Shinobu.
no!
I studied law in Liyue, so while I couldn't claim to be an expert, I do have a rudimentary grasp of the basics.
Oh, they should leave right now. Run away. Run as far away as possible.
I'm looking forward to working together.
Oh, this is gonna be a disaster.
Exceptionally capable. All the Doshin from the police station have vouched for her abilities.
Well, with such a glowing endorsement, I'm almost tempted to ask you if you'd like to start right away, Miss Cookie.
You flatter me, Madame Norika. But perhaps we can discuss
As if they
the
have
role
the
in
smarts
detail
to
over
run
a meal
away.
before
Yeah.
deciding how well I'm suited.
Yeah.
Oh, forgive me for getting ahead of myself. You're quite right, Miss Cookie. Let's continue this discussion as we dine, or the food will get cold.
It's quite understandable to be hungry for top talent.
Akira, Genta, did you hear that? Is Shinobu at a job interview? And look who it's with, the Tenryo Commission Tengu.
Never thought I'd see that self-important Tengu acting so polite.
It's almost like when she's around Ito, she's infuriated and also probably a little horny.
Tengu is the shogunate's general, so that other lady has got to be someone ridiculous.
She can't help it.
Well, whoever it
Can't
is,
help the way
looks
she
like
acts
Shinobu's gonna
around
take a
him.
new job with the shogunate.
I love
You heard him.
the two of them and their relationship. It's great.
But without Shinobu, what's gonna happen to the Arataki gang?
I want them to kiss.
We gotta do something. Quick, let's go tell the boss. He should be looking for Oni Kabuto nearby.
Okay, we're getting Ito involved, which might... I don't know if this is going to make this better or worse. Like, it's better in the sense that they didn't just charge in there and cause issues. But it's going to be worse in that Ito is getting involved. Hi, Ito.
Boss, bad news, boss. Really bad.
Ugh, I want to roll for Ito, but then I won't be able to get Kazuha.
Hey, what's with the
And
panic
Kazuha's more
vibes,
important.
Huh? This is the Arataki gang, remember? It ain't bad news till we show up, am I right? So come on, what's up?
It's Shinobu. Shinobu's gonna go work for the Tengu.
What? Shinobu found a new job? You have got
I
to
mean,
be kidding me.
can you even call what she does right now a job? You don't pay her.
We saw her at the interview with our own eyes, didn't we?
Because Sarah was there, however...
That slimy, I knew that Tengu had her greedy eyes on
Well,
Shinobu.
yeah, wouldn't anyone?
She's
She's way more qualified than to work for
Now
you.
she's trying to poach my people? Ah, that thieving Tengu!
Shouldn't we ask Shinobu about this first?
Asking her for a start date. It's in the bag. The interview is clearly just a formality.
Well,
As it
based
should
on
be.
my experience of interviewing once every 3 days, I know for a fact that they will have been plotting this for a long time by now.
I don't think Shinobu would switch jobs for no reason.
There is no way she... Well, actually, you know what? You could be right. She was treated pretty well in the Arataki gang. I mean, every time we went
Oh
to
my
France,
god, his voice actor is so good.
But I heard that a
He was like, I feel like he was wasted on Ryuji in Persona 5.
Yeah, but still...
This is probably the best voice acting job in this game, at least in English.
Seriously, have you ever seen that
And
smile? No.
the English voice acting is amazing.
Sour look on her face.
But Ito's voice work is just so far above.
Every time we get caught, Shinobu's the one who has to come and get us out.
Shinobu, aka Crime,
After we got arrested for posting flyers this time,
Crime
Shinobu
Yanfei.
finally had enough.
If it were me, I'd be looking for a new job.
So it's not a misunderstanding then?
It's all our fault. We made Shinobu angry and now she's found a new job. Boss, what are we gonna do? Without Shinobu, the Arataki gang won't survive.
This is definitely true.
All right, you guys, come with me. We'll go door to door and apologize, and we'll tear down all the flyers.
Oh my god, you're gonna make this worse.
Boss, it took you months to make those.
Don't you think I know that? I know what it took.
I guess you did. I was gonna say, how did it take you months? But I guess you would have to probably handwrite all of them.
The only way.
Boss.
Still.
Also, I need you to do something for me.
Let's hear it.
Go find Shinobu and tell her you want an interview. If you
What?
tell Shinobu that you want to join us, suddenly
No.
she'll have a whole different outlook on the future
No,
of
she
the
won't.
Arataki gang.
She'll know.
With
She
you
will see
and
through this in
Shinobu as my
a
trusty
second.
number twos and Arataki numero uno Ito running the show, we'd be unstoppable. The Shogunate would have a tough time competing with us then, huh?
No, it really wouldn't.
Nice one, boss.
Like, not for nothing. We never
What do you
beat
say,
Raiden.
partner?
We, like... How do I... We beat her, quote-unquote, in the sense that we talked to her and made her, like, see our point of view. But at no point did we actually defeat her. She's way beyond our ability to fight. She's shown this many times. Everyone else we could probably go toe-to-toe with, even, like, together. But not A.
You can expect us to be in touch very soon to follow up, Miss Kuki.
It's getting late. I should get back.
They're also probably trying to hire the whole
at the headquarters
Arataki
of the
gang,
Tenryou
is
Commission.
what's going on.
Thank you. I'm truly honored.
But, and they're just gonna make this all collapse.
Huh? When did you get here?
I saw nothing.
Whatever. What did you want? Have Genta and the guys caused a scene again?
I'd like to join the Arataki
I'm
gang.
You want to join the Arataki gang? You haven't consumed any strange substances, have you?
I'm being
So
serious.
This isn't a joke. Huh. That kind of makes this even more concerning. It's not like you don't know the Arataki gang, so what's gotten into you? What sparked your interest in joining?
I like the people.
I see. Well, enjoying it from the outside is one thing, but actually being in the gang is a whole different story. I have to go into town to take care of some routine gang business.
Gang business.
Consider it your internship.
I...
After that, if you still want to join us,
It's just so funny, because it's gonna be like buying fruit.
we'll see
But
how
she's
it
calling
goes.
it gang business. Man, the word gang has been so conflated and changed from what it actually means. Dazai90, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the archive. I hope you enjoy your stay. How are you doing today? Where the hell am I going? Where are you, Shinobu? Oh, I'm talking to her. Okay. Or Tim, old person.
Ah, Shinobu. Can I get you anything?
No thanks, Mr.
My
Shimura.
newest follower thing isn't
I'm
updating.
actually here to apologize on behalf of the Arataki gang for the whole posting flyers incident.
Oh, that.
I'm doing alright. We're having fun with the hangout quest.
Came to apologize. Not only did they take down all the flyers, they cleaned up the shop for me too.
Wait, are you sure that was the Arataki gang? With the weird horns on his head?
Complete disbelief in what is occurring.
At long last, they've turned over a new leaf.
How is this possible?
Maybe it's your influence at work.
I find this all very hard to believe. Let's head to Tsukumomono Groceries.
Over here.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. What can I do for you?
Sorry, Miss Aoi. I'm here on behalf of the Arataki gang regarding the incident with the flyers.
Oh, the flyers? A bunch of guys came by and cleaned them up already. They also kept loudly proclaiming...
Compensate you for what? They just put up flyers!
This whole thing really wasn't a huge deal.
Okay.
So I told them that...
I was gonna say, like, why is this a whole big deal?
They could just buy something from the shop. They huddled together and discussed it for a while. And in the end, they bought the most expensive item in the store. Even though all four
What
of
is
them
this
had to
drawing?
empty their pockets
Do you
to
mean
get
my,
more.
my model? Well, quote-unquote model.
Really
It's my VTubing avatar. It was created by the wonderful Izumi, who I will do a shout-out for, because they're wonderful. I spelled one wrong. I'm great at words, amazing, and great at all things. You can also scroll down to my credits, the credit section, and you will see the links to all her stuff. But yes, this is me. This is my little PNG tubing avatar. There we go. I'm Slime Boy. I'm a tomato slime who runs an archive of stories, and we stream the games to collect new stories. It does look cool. I appreciate it. She does a fantastic job. I love it. I would show off the other expressions that I have if I wasn't an idiot and didn't save the file to set them, which I would have to redo, which would take probably less than 5 minutes, but I don't want to do it right now. If you stick around though, I'm sure you'll see them in other streams or past streams. I also have a TikTok for clips and stuff that shows some of them off. Also, my friend Rika, who we will probably raid once we're done with all this, is also featured on that TikTok. I don't know if I added it to my socials yet, but I should.
There's one more person we need to apologize to. Let's go.
But yeah, I'm a snack. Snack will one day have a live 2D model, but for now, I'm very happy with this.
Guess what? The guy with the horns came to see me, and he gave me back all the snacks he wanted.
Why did he steal your candy?
Wow, did he? Well,
God damn it, Ito!
Snacks. You can take them too. Then you'll have extra in case they come to play cards with you again.
No need. They promised they're never gonna.
I don't believe them. Ito will be back here in 2 days trying to steal your snacks.
No, I have to see it with my own eyes.
Huh? Look, they're down there right now.
It's really them. Huh.
Hey, are you posting flyers again?
No, they're trying to take them down.
No, we're innocent. We're cleaning them up.
Oh no, that flyer looks really good though. I love it. Let them have it. Let them have them up.
Playing the blame game before you even understand the situation. No wonder you're always catching the wrong people.
Sorry, Doshin. Please don't mind them. They're just a little overexcited.
They're actually doing a good thing for once.
Shinobu and the Traveler. We're saved.
With my main in Genshin, my main team is the one that I have right now. I generally use the combination of Raiden and Eula. But I have a few teams and a bunch of characters that I use. I am very excited to see the Dendro Archon in the future. Right now I'm saving for Kazuha, because Kazuha is good and strong, and a good boy, and I want him. And by saving, I mean I have 4 rolls. But I also have 50 pity, so I will definitely hit the 50-50. when Hinckley come.
That's it. You're coming
And
with me to the
hopefully I'll
police
get
station.
him. Hopefully I'll be able to
please,
do a
I
few
can
roles for
explain.
Klee also, because I would love to get her
what's
also.
going on?
But we'll see.
So sorry, Madam Norika. I'm just stopping some hooligans
We're
from
we're
posting
literally taking them down.
We already told you we are innocent. Are you even listening?
You've been detained at the police station for graffiti
I
countless times.
you know what? This is
You're
valid.
really trying to tell me you're an innocent man?
Same for Yoimiya C2. Yeah,
It's different this time.
I
Doshin, this is
Yoimiya,
Miss
especially
Cookie,
since
our
I play
business partner.
controller, Yoimiya is not one that I
for her
super
honest and
want,
forthright
but she
character.
looks like she's
If her
really
friends have done
actually
anything
cool to
wrong, she will
play,
not hide it.
especially
Perhaps we can
paired with
hear her out
Yelan.
first?
I've
After
seen
all,
some
since
really
we're
good
gonna be
comps
working
with
together in a
the
few
two of
days,
them.
It would be a shame to let something like this come between us, don't you think?
There's a lot of really cool interactions in
Oh,
Genshin. I'd love to have
the
like
thing
every
Madam
character,
Kujo-Sara
but
briefed us on.
maybe one day.
Understood. We will hear your explanation.
Maybe one day. Yeah, crying is
All
FTP, same. It's one of those things where it's like,
see.
you gotta pick your battles.
You
And
did post the flyers.
Genshin,
Then you did the responsible thing.
I don't know,
and cleared
I
them up.
as long as
Seems
you have
we've
like
come to
one or two
conclusions on this occasion.
characters, I think
Please,
that
accept my
Genshin's pretty fine.
No apology needed.
But
We
also
know how much
the
trouble
carnal
we've
desire
gotten
of
for you in
want
the
pretty
past.
lady, want fun
Well, I'm glad to
moveset.
see that the misunderstanding
Y-
is
you know,
resolved. Well, I will see you soon. I hope we can work together effectively.
Most certainly.
it's also kind of unfortunate that like I've gotten a lot of characters, but nothing is more fun to me than the pairing of Ride and Eula.
Yep, looks like it's time for
There's a
us
lot
to
of
make
really
a
good
decision,
stuff.
too.
Like I got Ayaka from her banner after wanting her
Move
for a
to the
long
backup
time,
plan.
and she's fun,
What are you up
but
to now?
just not as fun as my other teams.
Hey, what's this all about?
They think you're leaving them.
Shinobu, this is a parting gift from all of us in the Arataki gang. We all pitched in and bought you this from Tsukumomono Groceries. We know it's nothing compared to your salary in the show.
I want Ito so much, but I can't roll for him.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Shinobu, don't forget about us when you're in the Tenryou.
I don't think Shinobu would ever join the
Be
Tenryou
better
Commission.
people, and better Oni. We promise to stay out of trouble and not make your job difficult.
Where am I from? I am from places.
Also, Shinobu, when you couldn't find your snacks last week,
That's as specific as I'll get.
ate them. And last month, I stole that toy we won.
I am from the legendary Tomato Slime Village, hidden in the mist and connected to various points throughout the world, just like 3 Portlands. You're from Poland? That's cool.
We talked about this. Send her off
I
with a
have
smile, all right?
I've got a
Who are
few
we? We're the
varying places viewers, like Hope, who is possibly around, probably watching Rika, is from Finland. Also, Raven is also from Finland. It's pretty cool. I one day would like to go to some of these other places in the world that I don't have experience with, but you know, the unfortunate
Hey, don't you start
the
too.
unfortunate existence of money
Is this the Arataki gang you mentioned, Miss Cookie?
and time.
What an interesting group of people.
Yes, sorry for making a scene.
I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Norika, a merchant who does business between Inazuma and Liyue. Recently, I've been
Liyue.
negotiating a business deal with the Tenryou Commission regarding medical supplies.
Huh? A merchant? Wait, so you're not a shogunate official?
What do you know? They were never gonna
I'm
poach
just a
her.
merchant. I was lucky enough to secure exclusive sales rights for some new first aid supplies from Boo Boo Pharmacy recently.
Boo Boo Pharmacy, I know that
So
place.
I thought I would
Chi-Chi's
ask
cool.
the Tenryou Commission if they would be interested in establishing a long-term supply relationship. Injuries are a regular occurrence in the army. After
Shinobu
all.
was literally just
Cross-border
being
trade is a
the
complicated
middleman
affair, but
lawyer.
Fortunately, Madame Kujo-Sara was able to bring in a legal
Yep.
consultant proficient in the laws of both nations.
Because she studied in Liyue.
You mean Shinobu?
Yeah, that
That's
makes a lot
right.
of sense.
Thanks to Miss Cookie, our negotiations went very smoothly. The rest of the process will probably take another 10 to 15 days. After that, I will have to borrow Miss Cookie from you again for a while.
I thought so.
I can definitely spare the time, so long as these guys stay out of trouble.
Yes. I have a little compensation for you all. Here, some trial packs of our new supplies. Miss Cookie tells me that you often find yourselves in injury-prone situations. I heartily recommend our product.
I really like Shinobu.
This is
She's a really cool
unexpected.
character.
So she's really a merchant?
She's a lawyer who says fuck the law. It's fantastic.
You guys, I knew
her dynamic with Ito is also wonderful. Everything surrounding Ito is like the greatest thing in this game.
Planning a whole leaving ceremony.
But wasn't the backup plan your idea, boss?
All right, well, if we're done here, I'm gonna head to Tsukumomono Groceries and see if they'll let me return the bracelet.
Wait up, boss. We'll come with you.
Didn't you buy it as like compensation for all your actions?
Last week's snacks, last month's toy. What else aren't you telling me?
Oh, the thing is, you see...
Shinobu, let it slide.
All got your new first aid supplies. Don't you test them out?
Oh, that was great. Oh no, don't hold her back. Let her get him. Let her at him. Run, Ito. How fast can an Oni sprint? The Arataki gang's pass is never short of bumps along the way, even in such matters as sweeping the streets. That one's going in the house for sure. Alright, next one up. Where? Oh wow, 3 bridges. Can I move faster than this? Were there any bridges here? There were not. Okay. Back to the beginning then. Ways and means.
Faster?
Now I'm just thinking there's a ways and means committee in something that I played or watched. Am I doing all the hangouts? Just Yunjin and Shinobu's. I've done all the others. I just never did Yunjin's, and Shinobu's was recent, so I specifically saved it for stream, but yeah, I've done all the other ones. Ah, Sayu. I love Sayu. I love Hanging Quests though. They're probably one of the best parts of the game. I like character stories, but I almost feel like Hangouts are better in a lot of ways. They show off more of the character, and the varying situations are more interesting most of the time.
All right then, Shinobu.
Not so. Last month.
Also, yeah, we already did Yunjin's tonight. Yunjin's was pretty fun.
No more
It wasn't like the most exciting of the Hangouts, but it showed off a lot of her character, which is really nice.
They need to learn their lesson.
You never feel like it? Yeah, I understand that. They're really fun to do, but it's one of those things that, like, I usually will do them in groups, because you have to be in kind of, like, a mood for them, because it's like a visual novel zone, basically, right? You're not doing a whole lot of the game. Beto's is really fun. I really like a bunch of her endings. They're really animated. It's more important that they apologize.
Yes! Shinobu, please just let us go apologize.
I think this might
they'll only arrest us again.
This might lead us into the same
to help us out again.
The same plot.
I suppose I'll have to teach you a lesson later. So then, where did you post all your flyers?
Okay, no, this will be a different situation.
We left a few on the counter at Shimura's.
A lot of the hangouts are really fun, though.
We figured that people might take a look while they're eating. Also, the bulletin board at Tsukumomono Groceries.
And, also...
Just say it.
Right, of course. Also, on the mountain path leading up to...
Oh, that one's... I don't know. Oh, maybe, yeah, I might be fine with that, actually.
Why pray for the gods when you can call for the Arataki?
You don't have time to build her? Yeah, I can understand that. I like... Genshin's great, but... It's easy to get to, like, a stable level in Genshin, but to get to a strong level in Genshin is difficult because of the RNG on top of RNG of artifacts. Really? How terrifying, exactly.
Don't make me relive the memory.
That's why, like, I'm getting to the point to just get Ascension mats for everyone, so that I have no excuse but to just farm artifacts all the time.
Yeah, because it meant we'd escape from the Fox Lady. Huh?
Because she knows that you've awoken the ire of Yae Miko.
It looks like I need to knock some serious sense into you after all.
You said it was just gonna be a slap on the wrist!
Yeah, but then you invoked Yae Miko. Shall we just get them to apologize to Miko?
We're not
not going back there. We're gonna stay as far away from her as possible.
Yeah,
Shinobu,
it's also some of the domains really suck. Like the I need to do the pyro, the witches set for Diluc and Yanfei, but I just hate doing that domain. It just sucks so much. Miko seems to have left a lasting impression on them.
All the places they could cause a scene, they just had to pick the shrine.
You know, why would you invoke the ire of Yaimiko? Everyone knows about Yaimiko. I know a lot of people at the shrine. Why don't I come with you?
Not that I don't know anyone there, it's just... Okay, fine. It'll probably go more smoothly with you there. The sooner this is over, the better. I don't want to spend a second longer at that place than I have to.
This reminds me, at the chasm, Shinobu said she doesn't like shrines.
Thank you for coming with me.
Yeah, it was someone implied that she was probably from a family of shrine maidens and was supposed to become a shrine maiden, but was like, no, I don't want to. Well, while we're up here also, let's get some of these. I have unfortunately memorized the placement of many and probably most of the sakura blooms in Inazuma because I got Ayato and Ayaka back to back. I needed so many of these stupid sakura blooms. I'm still not done getting the stuff for, what are they called, the Kairagi, the stupid ascension mats, to technically finish both of them.
Well, hello.
I'm so tired of fighting Kairagi.
I see you brought a special guest.
I did.
Lady Guji, I'm here to apologize on behalf of the Arataki gang. We will remove all the flyers and compensate the shrine appropriately for any
What damages? We just put up flyers.
Forgive their appalling behavior.
What, like a little bit of glue?
So that's why you're here. Yes, that is a tricky situation.
Yeah, I doesn't give a single shit.
This is the Grand Narukami Shrine, after all.
Oh no!
Here are tantamount to
Oh no!
the Shogun herself.
That's a devilish grin.
So how about this?
What are you going to make
I've
them
already
do?
assigned a shrine maiden to clear up your little flyers. So at this moment, we are a little understaffed at the shrine. You mentioned appropriate compensation.
Oh
No.
no!
Could fill in for this shrine
Oh,
maiden
poor
and lead
Shinobu.
visitors for the day.
I'm afraid I have to refuse.
Oh? Such a hasty refusal. Do you think that's wise? Goodness, who knows what Tenshukaku would make of this if they heard about it?
I can't believe it.
She knows. Never let her lead you by the nose.
Dear me.
Absolutely not.
I'm heartbroken.
You've clearly got some mischief planned.
You're both impossible. Go on then. Go lend a hand to the shrine maiden in charge of removing the flyers. You can have
That
it
was
your
probably
way.
another divergent
Take down
point.
all the flyers, and that will be the end of it. Is that accommodating enough for you?
Yes, suspiciously so.
I agree. This seems out of character for her. Still,
The fact
removing
that
the flyers should be the
Yai has
Arataki
voice
gang's
lines for this makes me think
responsibility.
she's going to be in
Even if
something
there's a catch to this, it
before
can't
the
be
end
as
of
bad as being
Inazuma.
a shrine maiden for the
Although we've
day.
already left
Thanks
Inazuma
for sticking
in
with
the
me this
the
far.
Archon stories.
You can leave the rest to me.
Do we have an agreement? Well then, no backing out now. The shrine maiden I tasked with cleaning up is just outside the shrine. You'll know her when you see her. She is your sister, after all.
Yep, alright, here we go.
Let's leave it there, shall we?
I
Work
guess they
off
could have
now.
just called her up and been like, hey, do voice work.
So she
But
still got me
I
in
don't
the
know.
end.
Usually,
I hate to have to do this,
a voice
but
actor getting called in does
Please
more
stick
than
with
just
me for a
one
little longer.
segment.
Also, as of right now, you're chief advisor of the Arataki gang.
Chief
I'm
advisor?
Sorry, it's all a bit complicated. Come on, let's go outside and find her.
I like running around as Eula, because Eula is very pretty. Why? Ito, why? What is wrong with you? You look very happy.
Of course. Lady Yai personally assigned this task to me.
Yeah, she gave you cleanup duty.
It's you, traveler. Long time no see. Lady Yai has instructed me to clean up all the flyers on the mountain. As for why someone would put these up at a shrine in the first
Because he's an idiot. He does not have a brain, and it's the best.
Who was behind it, I wonder? Huh?
Yeah, I wonder.
Standing behind
It's literally a picture of him.
Miyuki, it's been a while.
Also, this is confirmation, I guess, that Shinobu dyes her hair. Yeah, I use controller.
Sorry, no.
It's just, I don't know. In most video games, prefer to just be able to, like, recline and play casually. Like, I play shooting games and Dead by Daylight and stuff with keyboard controls. But for something like this, it's just so much more relaxing to me to be able to play on controller.
What's this I've been hearing from visitors? That you've joined some sort of gang since returning from Liyue?
Because she did.
That's not the worst of the rumors either. As unlikely as it sounds, I have to ask. Shinobu, did you get tricked into this or something?
No, she's too smart to be
Just
tricked.
about to fill you in on that side of things. As it happens, the gang I work for, it's actually a legitimate international organization.
It absolutely is not. Really?
Our organization brings together the brightest talents from all over the world, including
Man,
the Traveler,
Shinobu's
for
good at
instance,
lying.
a prominent figure in both Mondstadt and Liyue, who has recently joined us as our chief advisor.
Nice to re-meet you.
Wait! Lady Yai did mention something about a world-renowned traveler. So, that's you?
You literally called me the Traveler. Pleasure is all
That's
mine.
right. A large part of the reason I traveled all the way to Liyue was for the opportunity to build contacts with these prominent individuals.
I see. Well, that makes sense. So what is the name of this organization?
Arataki Gang.
The Arataki Gang.
The Arataki
Oh man, the people up on this mountain are really sheltered that she's able to get away with this.
name on these flyers.
I can explain. That was all due to a marketing campaign gone wrong. We came to the shrine today to clear up the misunderstanding. Our organization is relatively new to Inazuma.
I mean,
and
most
one
things would be
recurring
relatively
issue
new to
we've had
Inazuma.
is
It's been sealed
people
off for
misinterpreting
years.
what we're about. So, we engaged a local marketing agency to help us communicate our ethos and philosophy more effectively.
Why are you lying?
Unfortunately, something must have gotten misunderstood along the way.
I get
because
that it's your
the
family
results
and
were
you're
quite
embarrassed
a
by it,
disaster.
but
Although
why?
the fault lies overwhelmingly with our partner agency in this case, as a responsible organization, we think we should be the ones to apologize and deal with the fallout. So, yeah, we can deal with this, and you can go ahead and get back to the shrine.
No way. This task was assigned to me by Lady Yai herself. Look, we can clean up together, can't we? Besides, I also
What is Yai's goal here?
Gang.
It's like she predicted my every
Yeah,
move.
she did. It's Guji
Alright,
Yai.
Fine. The flyers aren't particularly sticky. If we soften them up with water or loosen them up with wind, they'll probably peel right off.
Ugh. Have to switch characters. Let's just go with this one.
Here we go.
Goodbye, Ito.
Stick it to the man. Join the Arataki Gang. How do I put this? The artistic style of your marketing material is very...
Very Ito.
It's largely inspired by the abstract.
It
style,
absolutely
which
is not.
Very popular in Mondstadt right now, and also incorporates elements from Liyue's.
She's really good at lying, at least.
We paid top
'Cause
more
none of this is true.
professional artist for this, and while the finished product is a little avant-garde, that's exactly in line with the Arataki Gang's spirit of being fearlessly creative and radically disruptive.
I mean, that part's true, at least.
I see.
Radically disruptive. Run, Venti. Run like the gremlin you are. Oh, they're down below. Whee!
Let's play.
Oh, what? Cutscene again.
Arataki gang is filled with folks who talk the talk.
What
and
time
walk
have you?
the walk.
What time is it?
It looks like there are some members mentioned on the back.
It's 10 p.m.
Mamoru,
Yeah, I'm in the EST.
Genta, Akira.
That's what my schedule is. All my schedules are based
so many
on.
members, how come you and the chief advisor had to come and apologize in person?
Well, first and foremost, we wanted to convey our most heartfelt apologies to the shrine and to Lady Guji. Secondly, the other members are dealing with more pressing issues. Right now, they're in talks with our external marketing team about this incident. Mamoru and the others have, far greater legal expertise and negotiating skills than I do, so they had to be the ones attending the talks.
It's 4 p.m. in Poland, yeah. Time zones be wacky and wild.
Even more qualified than you. Now that's impressive.
Man, it's only a 6-hour difference? That doesn't seem right. But, like I said, time zones be wacky and wild. Oh, no, it's up. It's above here. Turn around. Luckily, I have Venti out, so I can cheat. So sleepy. I feel it. I don't know. It's. I get more tired in like the middle of the day than I do at night lately, and it sucks. Also, do you mean 4 p.m. or 4 a.m.? I feel like 4 a.m. would make more sense.
Faster?
Right? No. Yeah. Time zones are stupid. Time zones are stupid, but unfortunately, like, necessary. Yeah, I meant AM. Okay. Still a 6-hour difference, right? Yeah. So, I mean, ultimately it's the same.
Numero uno Ito. Ousting his foes like a sumo supremo.
I
This Arataki
can't
Ito,
wait
is he your
to see
leader,
what
Inazumo?
her explanation
I've
for
heard
this
a
is.
few rumors.
Mr. Arataki is a pioneering genius and the face of our organization. Naturally, plenty of our competitors seek to smear him.
Okay.
Mr. Arataki is generous and easygoing by
That's
nature,
true.
and is reluctant to get bogged down with fighting spurious allegations.
That's also true.
Plus, the fact that he is an Oni can make certain topics a little tricky to navigate.
Okay, all of that was true.
Nevertheless, we still reserve the right to sue for defamation if it comes to it.
Really? Wow. That sounds tough.
I don't know that she believes you anymore.
All right. I think this area is looking good now. Let's head down the mountain.
Oh, we're going all the way down. Still have a problem with AM and PM. Oh, well, yeah, because in does Poland use the like quote unquote military time, where it's just all
Shinobu,
numbers,
we're so sorry.
We've come to our senses now. We can't let you face the shrine
which
alone.
makes way more
Even though
sense
we're
than
still a little scared.
the like
Actually, I'm feeling a
AM
little
PM
weak in the
system.
knees. Hang in there, Akira. We gotta do this. We have to go and apologize to her in person.
No, you don't.
Huh. Akira.
Don't worry about them, Yuki. Let's get down the mountain and clear up those flyers.
Yeah, yeah. The like more valid time of hey, here is
But I thought
literally out of 24 hours. Here's what hour it is.
We came here as quickly as we could after we finished apologizing in the city.
Mamoru, Genta, and I were the ones who came up with the idea of the boss designing his own flyers, and we were the ones who put them up all over town and got arrested for it. So, it just seems wrong to make Shinobu face that woman at the shrine all by herself.
Mamoru and Genta? Arrested? The flyers were designed by the boss?
Busted.
What the heck is going on here, Shinobu? Does this mean that the rumors
All completely true.
True? Yes. Most of them, anyway.
So, what happened? Did you get tricked into joining them? If the rest of the family hears
No,
about
it's
this,
just
oh,
fun and not stuffy
goodness
like you.
gracious.
No. I joined of my own free will.
That might be worse
Not as
to this
spectacular
family.
as I was making it out to be. But I'm happy with what I'm doing. Go ahead and tell the family if you want. Tell them everything. I don't think being a member of the Arataki gang is anything to feel ashamed about. Even if you drag me back kicking and screaming, you know I'll only find a way to escape again.
Uh-oh.
I'm just Sauciest. I don't have a particular group.
Going to turn
I'm
Shinobu in?
just my own boy.
We're the ones who messed
And
up
I am
this
the
run.
legendary
Shinobu
Sauciest Grand.
Where's that other lady?
You can read bits of my lore down below if you'd like.
She'll confirm it was all our fault.
I'm just a tomato slimy boy.
I'm at a loss for words, Shinobu. I really am. All right.
Hopefully
I won't
one
tell
day
anyone
I
at
could
home.
make money
Don't
off
worry.
of streaming and VTubing, but
You're not a
I
little
don't
kid
particularly
anymore.
hold my breath on that.
And you're more widely
You
traveled.
watched
and
Rushia
have met
once?
more people than any of us.
I never particularly
At the end of
watched
the day,
Rushia, but
it's your
I
choice
watch a
what you
bunch of
decide to do.
Hololive.
And I have to say, the rumors do
VTubers
unnerve me a
are
little
cool.
bit, but look,
I mean, they're the same as any
I
other
came here to
streamer.
support you,
Basically, it's just like
despite obviously
the
being
virtual
terrified of
icon
Lady Yai.
gives
Since
some
you've
people more
chosen the
confidence.
Arataki gang, just promise me you'll do
Also,
your best to make all the
anime
things you
style
used to talk about come true.
people are cute.
Sis.
What's going on here?
I don't know, but it looks like
Maybe we don't need to get that terrifying lady to come and confirm our story
Even if I don't succeed, I just have fun
Besides,
hanging out, playing some
if even the
games.
traveler has decided
But
to
I
join,
appreciate your
then the
belief
future
in
of
me.
the Arataki gang looks very bright, doesn't it?
Not the chief advisor thing.
Chief Advisor, if you'd like to discuss the Arataki gang's future development, let's step to the side, please.
Shinobu be like, please, I have enough problems already. Well, just stop. For the sake of the Arataki gang's future, you suppose you can play this chief advisor role for a bit. That was the second ending? Yeah, it was. Those are fun. Alright, what's the other pathing here? I don't know why this is going so slow. To the shrine! Okay, so this one is probably going to be making Shinobu be the Shrine Maiden. Since when am I streaming? That's a hard question to answer, because like I started streaming probably something like 4 or 5 years ago, but I was very on and off about it. I've been very consistent for a good 6 months now. Maybe a little more. If you head over to my Twitter, I post a schedule every week for the games that I'm going to play. The next few weeks might be
hello there, little one.
a little bit
Oh,
sketchy, because I'm starting up a job again.
I hope, lady.
But
this is the Grand Narukami.
I will do my best to be consistent and keep playing some video games.
Oh.
Also, my YouTube has an archive of all of the games that I've played. Well, most of the games that I've played. Some of the ones from before, like a year and a half ago, are lost to the ether, unfortunately. But pretty much all my recent stuff, before I got the model and since I got the model, are completely archived.
Okay, I'll be a Shrine Maiden for a day, but let me be clear that this is for one day only, and one time only. Also, I'm not wearing a Shrine Maiden's outfit. Not happening.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
What a pity.
Hey, not you too.
That settles it then. Now, there are already a few visitors at the shrine. Make sure you take good care of them.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh, she marched off quickly. So cold.
Seems that I have no business left here.
Hold on now. Would you like to be a shrine maiden?
Absolutely. Are you sure I'm qualified?
It's my shrine. If I say you're qualified, then
Yai just wants pretty boys and girls to dress up in Shrine Maiden outfits. That's literally all she wants. She doesn't care if people do things correctly. Shinobu, of all people, will be quite alright on her own. But who knows what might happen with Miko
Stay
here.
and keep her company, yes? Don't worry, you'll both.
It is
receive
important
ample
that I
compensation for
have
your
fun.
trouble.
That's the main thing going on here.
It'll be quite
We're just
worth
here
the
to
wait.
have some fun and play some
Especially
games.
Yours, I assure you.
That's why, like, I don't necessarily care about playing big popular games, although I do play some. I just play whatever I feel like playing. We play a lot of survival horror games here on Fridays, and then an RPG and an action game on Wednesday and Thursdays, then sometimes an extra day for Genshin.
Huh? Who are you?
We're Shrine Maidens.
Shrine Maidens?
They sure dress different these days. I suppose this is the Grand Narukami Shrine after all. I came across a potential business opportunity recently. They say that by financing an overseas merchant ship, you can make a 40% profit on your investment in 3 months. Several of my friends have already received their returns and want me to go in with them on a bigger investment.
Okay, if they've already gotten
For some
returns,
reason,
sure.
I was feeling a little unsure about it, so I thought I'd come to the shrine and see what the great Narukami thinks. But the fortune slip I drew is neither positive nor negative. I'm at a
Oh
loss what
no,
to make of it.
I have to make a decision. The
Most
burden of
fortune flips
choice
in the
truly
shrine are
is
pretty
awful.
ambiguous.
Could it be that our god wants me to come back and draw another slip tomorrow? And if the same happens again, then maybe the day after that?
Sooner or later, you draw great
If you have all
misfortune.
that time to draw slips, why not spend it on learning more about this merchant ship instead?
Yeah,
I've
random
heard of a scam where
chance
people
will
make
not
up
help
a
you.
bogus investment and promise high returns
Yep,
in a short
that's
period.
also true.
In reality, they just use the new investors' money to pay existing investors.
Yeah, that is extreme. That's
Once
indeed
people
called a
see the early
Ponzi scheme.
investors making their money back, scores of other
Gotta go,
investors
gotta go to
jump on
bed.
that
Yeah,
wagon,
absolutely valid. It's
and
4
then
a.m.
one
for
day
you.
the people
Have a good
behind
night.
just
I hope you
pack
come
up
back
leave with the money.
and join us for the rest of this week,
Think of it,
maybe.
They haven't given me any specifics about the shipping route or itinerary.
By saying
Enjoy
it's
your
overseas
sleep.
and being economical with the details, they can filter out the folks who actually take the time to do their due diligence.
Yeah, I will be
It's another
streaming
common
Wednesday,
tactic used by
Thursday, and
many
Friday
scammers.
this week.
Is that true?
Check my Twitter
Praise
for
be to the
any
Narukami.
updates.
Clearly
Goodbye.
she's been
Have a good
watching
night.
over me amidst my confusion. Thankfully, I hadn't agreed to anything yet.
Rather than thanking your god, why don't you thank her
Yes,
first?
Of course. Thank you, Shrine Maiden. Now that I think about it, I remember receiving similarly sound advice at this shrine in the past. That Shrine Maiden is long gone now, though. It's a real pity.
Really? What a shame. But anyway, shouldn't you be getting back now to warn your friends?
Yeah, if they've already gotten their money back, they can just drop
warn
out
them
now
all
and
right
it'll be
away.
fine. The
Here's hoping he manages
the
to stop his friends in
the
time.
problem with like a Ponzi scheme is if you're on
There's another
the
visitor.
bottom,
Let's
like
see
once
what he
you've
wants.
gotten money back, the idea is you're gonna put money back in because it's like, oh, look at all this money I got. Let me just go for more. But if you get in and then get out, it's fine. You technically made from
Even a change of scenery
the
won't get the
scheme.
creative juices flowing. Who are you?
We're Shrine Maidens.
Shrine Maidens. Huh. I guess I could give that a try.
It was Miko's idea.
This was the chief editor's idea? Then no wonder it's so novel. I, on
novels,
the other
'cause she
hand, am
publishes
all out of
novels.
ideas. So I came to the shrine to pray for inspiration.
Well, has it worked?
Not so far. I guess I wasn't sincere enough or something. But I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm sure I'll stir the heart of our god eventually.
At this rate, your deadline will arrive before
Have
inspiration
you ever
does.
thought about going traveling? Inspiration comes from life experience. The more places you go, the more people you meet, the more you'll have to share with your readers. It's natural to run out of new material when you're in the same place doing the same thing
Yeah,
every day.
that's true.
That's true. I haven't gone out exploring in a long time. Actually, ma'am, you look very familiar. Have we met before?
Yes.
No,
Cookie
you must be
Shinobu,
mistaking
whose
me for
story
someone else.
is that she used to be a shrine
Lack of
maiden.
social
Used to be a
contact
shrine
can
maiden?
easily lead to a deterioration in facial recognition abilities.
I don't think that's true.
Seriously? Oh, man. That's it. I'm packing my bags right away. Time to go traveling.
Oh, that thing I said about facial recognition probably depends on the individual. Anyway, forget that. We have a new visitor. Let's go greet them.
Hello, old lady. How can I help you?
Please, wait a moment, ma'am. We'll work something out for you as soon as possible.
Oh, it's okay. There's no need to rush.
What's wrong?
Oh, perfect. This lady's granddaughter is going abroad soon.
Okay, maybe there
She
is a
wants
need to
give
rush
her
then,
an
actually.
omamori before she leaves. Unfortunately, we just ran out. Could I trouble you to make some more? You should be able to find the brocade bags and knots on both sides of the
Okay,
shrine.
maybe we don't need to
For the
rush
paper
that
slips that go
much.
inside, just ask Maki. I don't think I need to go into detail on how to write the blessing and put it all together.
No, I can handle the rest.
Thank you, dear.
Great. I'll take her to wash her hands first. We'll see you in front of the sacred Sakura when you're ready.
Ah,
Oh, I love
thank
the
you
music of
all
Inazuma.
so very much.
Inazuma's
May
great.
the great
I'm gonna miss it.
Narukami bless you.
But I'm also really excited for Sumeru.
Brocade bags, check.
You need paper slips for Omamori blessings? I have a few right here.
Thank you.
But I'm afraid I don't have a pen.
Why?
Don't worry.
I feel like that's something you should have. Hello, Ringo.
Huh, so this is where the knots are.
Stop climbing things right
That's
at!
everything. Let's go give it to the lady.
I'm coming, old lady. I will help you. Where'd you go? Oh no, she went back to the middle of the tribe. Hello, I'm here.
Ah, there you are. Is the Omamori ready?
Almost. I just need to write the blessing. 1 second.
Cookie, Shinobu finishes the Onamori.
Here, ma'am. Please, come and pray over here.
Oh, great Narukami. Please watch over my granddaughter and keep her safe on her journey.
Ugh.
Aren't you going to join them?
This is a job for a real shrine maiden like Inagi. I wouldn't be suited to it.
Why didn't you convince her to leave like the
There are
others?
some things that mortals are powerless to control. Sometimes praying to the gods is the only thing people can.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you
Not to
can
mention
really
that the
do about
Omamori will mean a lot to our
the
granddaughter.
journey that
Maybe
her
it'll
granddaughter's
encourage
going
her
to go
stay
on.
safe on her travels. So in terms of the outcome, it's beneficial.
Right, the other two, there
The
were
only people I
tangible
can't
things that they
stand
could
are the
do.
ones who don't think for themselves and
This,
don't
there's nothing
try
to
to
be
solve their
done.
own problems.
So why not
By
just
relying on the
do a
gods
prayer for a little bit
everything,
of peace of
all they're
mind?
doing is neglecting themselves and those around them.
Is that why you don't want to be a shrine maiden?
No, that has nothing to do with it. The reason I don't want to be a shrine maiden is that I don't enjoy it. But enough about that. It looks like they've just about finished, I think. Let's go over there and say our goodbyes.
Thank you ever so much. When my granddaughter returns next year, I promise to bring her here so we can pay our respects together.
You're welcome, ma'am. Make sure to watch your step on the way down.
I will.
You need any assistance on the way down?
Don't you worry now. I've walked this path many a time before. Oh yes, I don't believe I've thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for the Omamori. I'll make sure that my granddaughter keeps it with her.
You're welcome. Just doing my job.
It's been a long time since we last met each other at the
She
shrine,
does
hasn't it?
recognize Shinobu, I figured.
So, you finally came back?
Have not.
I think you've mistaken me for someone else.
Oh, really? Well, perhaps my hearing isn't as good as it used to be.
That's a point. She didn't seem surprised that we're shrine maidens.
Although this is very strange. You sound exactly like another shrine maiden I remember. She didn't talk much, but I remember her voice very well. Oh, anyway, I hope
You
I
won't.
can hear your voice again when I return
Well,
with my
at least not
granddaughter
in,
next year.
Not in the shrine. He's gone. Seems like this wasn't your first time as a shrine maiden.
You're right. I once did a stint here as a trainee shrine maiden. It was arranged by my family. Unfortunately, I have no happy memories of that period. I just remember the way my family would nag me about etiquette and remembering the rules every time I left the house.
And so now
And
you
how they
joined a
interrogated
rambunctious
me every time
gang
I
of
got back from the
rascals
shrine to check
who
that I'd
commit
been on my best
crimes.
behavior and hadn't upset any visitors. Not once did I get a simple
Yeah, I
"Have a nice
understand
day"
why you hate your
Welcome
family.
back. I couldn't take it anymore, so I quit. I was determined to be anything but a shrine maiden. So I studied bookkeeping, worked as an editor for a while, even sat for some exams to qualify as a chef. I wear this mask to stop people from recognizing me. Because I don't want them to pry into my personal affairs.
That's why she doesn't
Okay,
like people
enough
seeing her without the
chit-chatting.
mask.
It's time to report back to you-know-who.
Let's go to Guy, the most awful person in Inazuma. I love you, Amiko. Very disappointed in her unit, but so be it.
Ah, good show today, both of you. It was so much fun
Got her
to
in one
watch.
roll. I can't really complain.
Would you be interested in continuing to work
Absolutely
as Shrine Maidens?
not.
Or perhaps you'd like to work as
Maybe.
editors at Yai Publishing
I
House
could
instead.
consider that.
It would be a terrible shame to let such fascinating individuals slip away out of my reach.
Please let me go.
Regrettably, I must decline, Lady Gucci. The Shrine and Yai Publishing House are both fantastic places to work. They're just not for me.
All right.
I feel like the publishing
Well,
might be better.
Keeping you
Or
around
alright
under
for
duress
Shinobu.
would only take all the fun out of it.
But clearly she hates being Shrine
These are
Maiden.
your wages as promised. Not a single Mora short.
Yay, money!
Wages? No need, Lady Gucci. I'm here today to make amends.
Yeah, no, the maid amends was
Don't
she
worry.
thought it was fun
I've
to watch
already
you.
deducted the damages incurred by those boisterous boys from your amount. If you don't take the payment now, I'll be forced to send someone to deliver the package to the Arataki gang.
And then you will get roped into
Now,
it more.
Who should I send? Miyuki, perhaps?
No need to go to all that trouble, Lady Gucci. I'll take it today.
Good. How about you, little one? I trust you don't have any reason to refuse.
Nope, give me money.
That's more like it. One more thing. You mustn't open the package until after you leave the shrine.
I'm going to open the package right now.
You will be cursed with bad luck.
I'm in fact going to open it right here in front of you. Instead, opening this will bring bad luck. Seems lighter than you assumed it might be. Oh, I can't open it. How dare you?
What's that? You
Yes.
want to open it now?
I do.
Well, if something bad happens, don't expect me to pick up the pieces.
Do I now have the ability to open it? Probably not. But I must check. Nope. Run! Escape the shrine!
This should be far enough.
Is it really
Always
curse?
saying things like that. There's probably nothing in here.
I don't know,
Old
it's
Mora.
Yamiko. She might also be cursing us. Really.
Let's see. Yep, just Mora. Oh, wait, what the?
Careful!
It's nothing. I'm just surprised by the amount. This Shrine Maiden gig was surprisingly lucrative.
You still won't go back to that life, right?
Definitely not. No amount of Mora could make me enjoy that job. Let's see your share then. With no damages deducted, it should be even more, right?
Nope. Okay, let me see.
That's weird. It's just a single thin sheet. Wait, what are you laughing at?
Oh, is it a picture of her from the past? Yep. Will the next development be fortunate or unfortunate? That's cute. I guess she doesn't dye her hair. Alright, is there another one in this string? I don't think so. Nope. Back to ways and means. I don't know where we're gonna diverge here now. I'm back.
All right then, Shinobu. Yeah.
Not so. Last month. How many times?
But we
no more excuse.
Alright, well, I guess first let's step forward and
feel
defend
sorry.
them. Oh, then allow me.
Really?
Yeah, okay. Punishment isn't necessary to teach them lessons. Sometimes rules are more effective. I guess punishment isn't
Rules?
necessary.
You're saying
Yeah, okay,
we
it's the
should lay
same.
down some rules for the guys?
The Knights of Favonius have a handbook. The Mill also abides by a strict code.
Having a clear set of regulations and penalties could help
Yeah,
establish
but
behavioral norms for
this
our
is the
members.
Arataki gang.
Is that really why
Absolutely
I can never
not.
get them to change? Because the Arataki gang doesn't have any written rules and
Well,
regulations?
also because you're bringing in people who don't want rules and regulations.
I'm not sure, but it sounds like it doesn't involve us getting beaten up.
You could write an Arataki gang handbook for them to study.
Let me think about it. The Arataki gang handbook.
Study? They're not gonna make us memorize a whole book, are they? No way! I take the beating over that.
Hey guys, Shinobu seems distracted. Maybe we should slip away.
Yeah, because she definitely won't notice that.
If we can make them learn the rules by heart,
They absolutely... No, it won't.
amount of influence
It
on their
absolutely will not. They'll just ignore
but
it.
knowing what they're like, to really get it into their heads, I'll have to assign plenty of homework assignments and give them pop quizzes each day. Huh? Where'd they go?
Oh, they escaped! I didn't see.
Well, given that this way is Tenshukaku and the police station, you can bet they'll have fled in the opposite direction. Who knows what chaos they'll cause next if we leave them to their own devices? I'm gonna need your help. Let's catch these kids before they do something
Punishment time!
Huh? That's the owner of Isa Bathhouse. What's he looking at?
What was that? I was just doing some cleaning when I suddenly heard a loud noise outside. I got to the door just in time to see a shadowy figure disappear up that tree. This is a busy street. Surely it wouldn't be a burglar, would it?
Did they climb the tree?
What was that?
Yep. Hey, bud. What's going on?
Come on, get up. What are you crouching there for?
Shinobu! What are you doing up here?
Hey, what do you think you're doing climbing up on someone else's roof?
Hiding.
Sorry, coming down.
And looking for someone that was hiding.
If you're gonna horse around, fine. But you have to know when to rein it in, okay? It's darn lucky you didn't break any roof tiles. Otherwise, I'd have to close the place down while I get it fixed.
I don't think one or two tiles would be enough to do
We're very
that.
sorry. I will be much stricter with him in the future. If, on closer inspection, you do find any damage, please come to Hanamizaka and ask for me. The Arataki gang will bear the cost of repairs.
How do you make enough money for
Okay,
this?
All's well that ends well. It's just, if you carry on like this, causing mischief day after day, night after night, sooner or later accidents are gonna happen.
I mean, Ito
I
did
can
get
see that
arrested
you're
for a
reasonable
while.
Person. For your own sake, find a way to keep your subordinates in line.
I will. Thank you for understanding. For the sake of both the Arataki gang and the community, I will get them to start behaving themselves.
You absolutely
as a
will
matter of
not.
We'll do better, we promise.
Listen carefully. From now on, you must strictly abide by the gang bylaws of the Arataki gang. Gang bylaws Article 1. Do not damage other people's
I
property.
think that's fair.
In case of violation, the member shall compensate the victim for their full losses, including the cost of repairs, lost business hours, and, depending on the situation, compensation for emotional distress. If the offending member cannot immediately afford to pay the compensation, the Arataki gang will extend to the member a loan for the full sum, on the condition that they
Oh
take on
no,
paid employment
loan.
and repay the loan within an agreed time period, including interest, of course.
Oh,
As a further
Shinobu, no.
security, all of the offending members' gang assets, incling Onikamoto
Not the Onikamoto.
TCG cards, will be
Oh
frozen
no!
until the loan is repaid.
How are we gonna play our games?
No, I'm sorry, I get it now, I promise.
Good. And no more violations in the future. Now, where are Genta and Akira?
Boss said that a fellow gang member is a brother from another mother, and we should never betray
Yeah,
our
but
brotherly
is
bond.
someone else in the
They
gang?
violated the gang bylaws, and you're withholding knowledge of their whereabouts. You'll be punished as an accomplice along with them.
Hanamizaka! They went to Hanamizaka! I saw it with my own eyes.
Let's go. I hope they haven't caused any trouble.
Oh, this story's great.
Shinobu, you can see I've learned my lesson for real this time.
No, you haven't.
So maybe.
Absolutely, you
Shut
have
up and
not.
get a move on. If you try and run away again, you'll only have yourself to blame for the consequences.
Hanamizaka. Alright, where the boys at? I fell into the river, but so did he!
Why are you still hiding here? Come on out.
Oh, Shinobu.
Whoa! The guy who stole our spot, he came out!
Sorry, we're coming up.
What do you mean stole your spot? It's a riverbed. People can play there even if they're
I
old.
shouldn't have stolen your spot. Well, at least not without a fair fight first. Let me make it up to you. As punishment, I'll play a game of Genius Invocation with you.
Huh? Cool, count me in. In the Arataki gang, the victor shares the spoils. No, wait. Brothers share our burdens. So, punish us together.
I don't know, maybe not.
It's so noisy over here. The grown-ups will definitely find us.
Run,
If
children.
they find out that we came out to play cards before finishing our homework, we'll never be allowed to play
These
again.
kids have more self-control than some people.
Besides, if we never do our homework and play Genius Invocation all the time, we'll probably turn into big losers when we grow up.
True.
Huh? Seriously? You mean like this guy?
Yeah.
Quick, let's get back and do our homework.
Hey, you little
They're
rascal.
such bad,
Stop. Leave them alone. They're
what's it
just
called?
kids. Gang
They're such
violence
bad
are
role
rules.
models that kids
No
are like,
bullying
no, I
small
can't be
children.
like that. I gotta go do my
Violence?
homework.
What are they?
Never mind that. Just listen.
Violators must give a sincere and unreserved apology to the victim and make amends. Until such a time as the victim forgives the violator, they will be banned from participating
Well,
in all gang activities.
that can be
including
difficult.
lavender melon roasting sessions, the great sing-along, Oni Kabuto battles, and Genius Invocation TCG. Don't pretend to be the victim here. Tell me, where is Akira?
They're just big
family,
neat
and family don't
nerds.
rat
I
each other
love it.
out.
I love them. I love this gang.
He was heading out of the city. I saw him with my own eyes.
Why do I get a feeling this happens all the time?
Shinobu gives me the look. I react automatically. I can't control it.
As members of the Arataki gang, we brothers share our burdens. If that means getting taught a lesson, then we take it as a team.
Out of the city? A Doshin from the police station told me that things have been getting pretty rough out there recently.
Yeah, there's literally Kairagi right outside the city borders. And Hilly Churls.
Hey, how did Shinobu find me so quickly? Mamoru, did you?
Oh, jeez, I'm just so worried about Akira, you know? He could be in real trouble. Quick, we gotta catch up with him.
To be fair, but you also sold out your other friend immediately.
I swear, I've never known Akira to run so fast before.
I can't keep going. I think I'm actually gonna die.
Something on
I
your
heard
mind?
from the police station about a group of Kairagi on the prowl.
Yeah,
outside the
there's a
city.
lot of them. The odds of Akira running them are pretty low.
Well, anyway, the best we can do is find him as soon as possible. There's a lot
Of course,
terrain
he has
here.
directly run
I think
into
we
them.
might have to split up. I'll get Mamoru and Genta somewhere safe and tell them to stay put. Then I'll go south, you go north.
Sure thing.
Thanks.
Illusion shattered.
Onward! Where, boy? There, boy. Hello, boy.
I wonder if I can hide in this box.
What you looking at?
Shinobu! Please, have mercy!
Shinobu isn't here.
Huh? Oh, you scared the heck out of me. I was so sure she'd be with you. Boy, this is lucky.
What are you doing here?
I closed my eyes and just ran and ran. Then I tripped and fell, and this is where I ended up. And what do you know? It's the perfect hiding place. Even comes with these huge boxes.
You don't think these boxes
myself
might
inside
be
one of them,
someone's
Shinobu will
property,
never find
and
me.
like this might be a hideout or a recluse spot
me out.
for some kind of
Our
group?
gang is our clan, and
Well, I'm not a member of the gang.
well, friends should look out for each other too.
Friends is a strong word.
Please, help me empty out one of these boxes.
Shinobu said it's not safe around here.
Kairagi? Wait a second. This sounds like Shinobu
No,
trying to
she's
scare me out of
very
hiding.
right. They're literally like 2 feet to the left.
Even if it's not, I still feel like I'd rather face a bunch of Kairagi than an angry Shinobu.
That's valid.
I ran so far this time, Shinobu's gonna be furious with me. Yeah, I think I better stay in hiding for
I
a
don't
while.
know. I think we could take you back already. No, come with me. I'll make sure Shinobu takes it easy on you. Fine. If she scares you that much, let me help you hide. Alright, here's the diversion point. Alright, let's help him hide. Kira tries to squeeze himself into a box.
Why is there so much stuff in here? It's so cramped. Ah, shoot, there goes the flyers. Finally made it.
Uh-huh.
But now there are flyers everywhere.
They're visible from outside the box.
Can't do anything about it now. Can you go back and see what Shinobu's
I
up to?
don't think I should. I
need to
think
figure
you're
out how
going to
long I
get
need to
carted
lie low
away
before she
to
calms
somewhere
down.
unfortunate. Oh boy. I don't know how he thinks this is a good plan.
Did you find anything?
Nope.
That's too bad. My search didn't turn anything up either. I just spoke to a Doshin. Apparently, the Kairagi are smuggling some supplies and they've hidden them in this area. They could come back at any moment to collect them. I just hope Akira doesn't run into them.
These smuggled supplies. What do they look like?
I'm told they're stored in a few wooden boxes. What's wrong? You have this really weird look on your face right now.
That's where Akira is.
What? Never mind. Let's go.
Yeah, what do you know? The random boxes on the beach right next to a tent were things that someone was smuggling in a criminal way. He's gone.
Is this the place?
Yeah, but...
No boxes and a whole bunch of footprints. I got here just too late. They can't have been gone for long, and with the supplies weighing them down, they couldn't have gotten far. Let's follow the footprints.
Hi. They're going this way, okay. When I follow the footprints, of course she means just follow the thing to get to the...
Weeds everywhere, and the footprints are hard to make out.
The objective circle.
Is that one of the flyers they made?
I don't know, is it?
There they are.
Kairagi!
You little brat! Where are the supplies? What did you do?
I mean, they'd just be on the ground around the box.
In the sea?
Oh god, you're gonna die.
You idiot! You've ruined everything! Ugh. And you've stuck these hideous flyers all over the box. What do you take us for, huh?
Nothing! I mean, I didn't mean anything.
Our deal can't go ahead now. You are going to pay for this.
Wait! You better not mess with me. I'm from the Arataki.
That means absolutely nothing to them. They're real criminals.
Never heard of it.
You don't want to get on the wrong side of my boss. Even the general of the Shogun army doesn't dare to challenge.
That's not true. She challenges him all the time and wins every time.
She's got connections all over Inazuma and Liyue.
And Sausius.
They're here. And Shinobu.
So you're the Shinobu he's talking about, huh? Well, I don't know if I believe a word this little brat says. So tell me this. If you're really such a big shot, why do you hang out with this nobody?
I don't know, it's kind of funny.
The Arataki gang. Nobody's a nobody. Listen and learn. Gang bylaws, Article 3. When one of us is in trouble, all of us come to their aid.
Bylaws?
True.
Do we even have those?
We do now.
We do now.
You asked for it.
Oh, my ability to predict exactly what characters are going to say continues to be amazing.
Let's get down to business. I will have order.
Boom!
There is no escape.
I don't particularly care about trying out Shinobu. I'll get her one day and never use her. That's fine.
Hand over the supplies.
Oh, the two are here.
Who are you?
Akira, what have you gotten us into?
I didn't know they were gonna give them to the Fatui.
What do you mean you didn't know they were going to give them to the Fatui? It's the Kairagi, of course they were going to give them to the Fatui. Who else were they going to give them to? The Tanuki?
So these Kairagi were just pawns of the Fatui. Didn't see that coming.
I did.
If we pass this information to the Tenryo Commission,
Yeah.
it might go a long way towards making up for our past crimes.
This is true. We also have Fatui and Kairagi in custody at the moment.
I did something good this time?
Absolutely not.
In terms of the result, yes.
That was a close call.
However, in terms of the process, you're a member of the Arataki gang, and you're out of breath just from fighting a handful of Kairagi.
I mean, yeah, I don't think the Arataki gang is particularly known for their combat ability.
You really need some more hands-on training.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Shinobu! Shinobu, no! Help!
I've helped you enough. I'm honestly more afraid of Shinobu when she's mad than Kairagi or the Fatui. Alright, let's do this last one. And then we'll at least peek into this toy building event.
Illusion shattered.
Hello, Mr. Fox.
Huh?
What you looking at?
Huh?
Shinobu isn't here.
I'm so sure she'd be with you.
What are you doing here?
What do you know? If I can squeeze myself inside one of them, don't sell me out.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, nice. Anyway, please help me empty
Kairagi
these
might
boxes.
show up.
Kairagi? Wait I ran so far this.
Alright. No, come with me. I'll make sure Shinobu goes easy on you.
How do I know you mean that?
Because our gang is our clan. Because you're my brother from another mother. Because homies are family. I'll go with our gang. I mean, this is the one that I should use, right? Because specifically what they said. I guess I'll do that. And my word is my bond.
With you there, maybe Shinobu really will let me off this
Absolutely
time.
not.
Okay, I'll come with you. I'm putting my life in your hands.
This is a mistake. I'll do anything for a cute girl, and include selling you out. Oh, that's
I
unexpected.
finished searching the south and noticed you hadn't returned, so I came to see what was up on your end. Looks like I was just in time.
Help me! You promised!
Yes, I'm not going to do anything.
Shinobu, spare me! Huh? Did I hear you right?
We go through this song and dance every day. Even an omnipresent god would have a tough time keeping track of you all. Besides, even when I teach you a lesson, it's not long before you're up to your usual antics again.
In the Arataki gang, we call that being too legit to quit.
Dude, not now.
From now on, we will be using the gang bylaws of the Arataki gang as the new disciplinary tool. I've got the basics thought out already. Once it's finished, it'll be time for class. Mamoru and Genta are waiting for you at Hanamizaka. You can make a study group and test each other on the rules.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
A little learning is going to be fatal.
I'm a member of the Arataki gang. I ain't about to waste my life studying and doing homework. I'm out of here.
He's running.
Insubordination shall be punished by making the member recite all the bylaws from memory.
He's escaping. Oh, I kind of figured that would be the end.
John Doe was playing cards with a child. When he lost the game, he got angry and proceeded to steal his opponent's cards. Which article of the gang bylaws did John Doe violate?
Article 2?
You kidding me?
Maybe Article 1?
He was mad about losing, so he robbed a kid? Which gang is this John Doe punk from? We gotta go teach him a lesson.
Don't you guys do this, or like, at least Ito does.
The player hate the game. Who does this clown think he is?
Just answer the question. Also, John Doe is just a hypothetical character.
This lesson is pretty legit.
Welcome to the class.
The gang bylaws doing the job.
Pretty difficult to say so far, but at least the punishments I use in class will get them spending their energy on something meaningful. If it keeps them out of trouble, I'll consider it a win.
Meaningful in what way?
You'll see very shortly. Hey, have you got an answer for me yet?
The one about not bullying children, that's the second one, right? But then
yeah,
it also kind of
he's exactly right.
Property, which is the first.
How about I answer Article 1 and you answer Article 2? One of us has got to be right, so at least we won't get punished as hard.
All right, Shinobu.
Wrong. John Doe violates both Articles 1 and 2 of the gang bylaws, and the additional notes to Article 2, Clause 36.
What do you mean, Clause 36? How many are there?
Each of you must write out all the relevant rules in full 3 times.
No.
Hanamisaki is full of many paths, and the first of these is abide by the law. Alright, that was fun. I like these hangout quests. Hangout quests are great. Alright, let's hop in on a toy making we shall go and see what it is. If it has story to it, we'll do it. If it doesn't, we won't. Alma Rice Waltz. Oh man, I need Shinobu. Her thing is Alma Rice. Traveler in Paimon, you're right on cue. Right on cue for what? For a commission that's suited for you. I was just about to reach out to you. A commission that's suited for us? Don't tell Paimon that you want us to look for things or drive hilly trails off. Or pick some garbage up on the rooftop. Oh, don't misunderstand. The commission is indeed suited for you. And by suited, I mean, it's fun. There will be rich rewards to be had as well. Rich rewards! Being fun certainly doesn't seem important to Paimon, huh? Being fun is also important. So what's this commission about? The requester is a toy merchant from Fontaine. His name is Bertrand. He came to sell toys in Inazuma and is currently looking for an assistant to help him with toy making. He is a businessman, after all. That explains why he promised some very generous rewards when he put up the request at the Adventurers Guild. But he somehow can't leave Rito at the moment. Please go and ask him about the details of the commission. Sure, we'll head to Ito and look for him right away. Doesn't seem like this is going to be particularly big, but we'll do maybe the first 1 or 2 of these. Or all of them. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like we've met this guy before. Aha! I now have everything ready. I'll sell each toy for thousands of more. Then, with tens of thousands of them sold, I can easily earn tens of millions. Hello, are you Bertrand? Ha, yes, I am. Are you 2 toy buyers who caught wind of my business? But it's a shame I can't sell you any toys yet, because I haven't started mass production. But no worries, the production line is being built as of now. You can register and make a deposit if you're interested. I'll inform you when the toys are ready, then you can proceed to pay the balance. Hold your horses! We're not here to buy your toys. Oh, you aren't toy buyers. So if you've got something to say, tell me quick. Don't waste my time. And be concise, my time is precious. Wow, what change of attitude. You put up a request as an Adventurers Guild, didn't you? Ah, so you're the assistant sent by the Adventurers Guild. Welcome! You could have told me earlier. Yes, I did put up the request. How should I address you two? Sudden change of attitude again. Paimon is, Paimon. Then how about you? I'm Sausius. Sausius? I think I've heard your name somewhere. Were you once a wanted criminal too? A criminal too? More than once, actually. Well, might have heard your name when the Tenryo Commission asked me to answer a few questions. What on earth did you do to get yourself arrested by the Tenryo Commission? It's not a big deal. I just missed something when I made the last batch of toys. It really was a small mistake. Not a big deal. A small mistake. These toys would explode if you triggered something inside them. That's all. Explode! It's really no biggie. No one got hurt. But the Doshin from the Tenryo Commission still confiscated my toys without a second thought. The way I see it, those toys can be sold as lovely looking bombs. Okay, Klee. When I first arrived, I borrowed some more from the International Trade Association to start my business. Who'd have thought I would end up being confined to Rito, not allowed to enter other areas of Inazuma? You obviously had this coming. Hang on. Since you owe the International Trade Association money, how do you plan to pay us? You can rest assured, I haven't spent all my money, and I can clear my debt once I'm able to produce toys again and get them sold. Then I can give you the rich rewards as promised. Is this really gonna work? Have some confidence in Inazuma's toy market. My toys were very popular before people realized they could explode. And you know what? They actually got even more popular after that. Yeah, for terrorism, probably. Anyways, if my plan still fails in the end, I'll pay off my debt by giving all the toys to Kurisu. Please lend me a hand. What do you want us to help you with? Well, all my toys produced by the machine I built. It's called one-of-a-kind, never-failing, engineer-grade, second-generation furnace-powered machine. Speaking of my one-of-a-kind, never-failing, engineer-grade, second-generation furnace-powered machine. What a tongue twister. Yep, let Paimon think about it. Let's call it the Great Machine. Wait a second. Seems too short. Doesn't sound impressive at all. Sometimes the shorter it is, the easier it is to remember. The Great Machine. Paimon thinks it rolls off the tongue very well. Okay. I've indeed been told that I've bad taste in names. I'll take your word for it just this once. Paimon's taste in names isn't exactly any better. Hey! Anyways, my great machine can automatically analyze the materials added into it, and then choose the most appropriate method to assemble them. But the last time I added some strange mechanics that caused the toys to explode, so this time I've reflected on the mistake and rebuilt the machine. Theoretically speaking, it should be fine. Theoretically speaking. Well, I need people to test it. In all, the collection process involves 3 steps: source material collection, elemental charge, and core activation. We need to collect things like ores, fruits, and flowers as the base material. Next, we infuse the materials with elemental energy to allow the process to move forward. And finally, we power the materials with energy drawn from the core of elemental life forms. Today, let's try the first step, source material collection. Here, take this material collector. Remember to directly put anything you collected into the collector, lest it be contaminated by other elements. Leave it to me. Thanks. Let me adjust the device one last time. I'm counting on you to collect the materials. Equip material collector and carry out the collection of required materials. When you've collected the required amount of materials, the material collector's progress will increase. After the progress reaches 100, you will enter the next process. Collect 3 ore in the wild. This is an item I have to equip? It sure is. Nothing particularly close to any of these. Let's go this one. Switch to the jungle dongle. Egg. Oh no, there's enemies here. I wonder if these should count, right? They do not. Oh, they do. Now that we've collected the ores, collect 3 flowers. Alright, well that shouldn't be that hard. I did pick up a bunch when I was around, but I didn't go too far into the plains, so... Do these count? Probably not. Those shouldn't count. Probably looking for, like, Naku weed or mint. I see mint or sweet flowers. Mint. Another mint. A third mint. Haha, nailed it. Collect 6 fruit. Oh. Sad. Shouldn't have picked up those other berries. But there are some berries right over here. And there was a lavender melon tree not far. Lavender melon, lavender melon. Here it is. And we can get some wood in the process. That said, I don't need a whole lot of this wood anymore. I was constantly getting it because it makes the boards that you can put the hangout posters in your teapot, but I have a ton of them now, so I don't need a whole lot more. How's it going? Have you collected any materials? They're all in the collector. Alright then, let me add the materials to my one-of-a-kind, never-failing... It's the Great Machine. Fine, let me add the materials to the Great Machine. Wow, what's next? Will the machine go chug 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 and then spill out toys with crackle and kaboom? Haha, that is totally impossible. What are you thinking? That's only the first step of 3 processes. We're far from getting things done. Paimon gets it, so we need to complete the processes, huh? Yep, we needed all 3 processes in order to produce the toys. It's so troublesome. Look at you, always wanting a quick fix. It takes patience to make toys. We must infuse every process with... With what? Oh, Paimon gets it. It's toys we're making after all, so we must infuse every process with real passion. Yes, yep, my passion is for Mora. Although that's not what Paimon was thinking. Paimon does share the sentiment. Hey. Paimon was just trying to make conversation. Then, Bertrand, what do we do next? Should we move on to the following processes? No worries, since I've recently adjusted the machine, and this particular process hasn't been tested yet, I need to check if it works well with the other materials. This requires some time. Please come back later. Now I have to wait for it to be the next day, probably. Oh no, I can just talk to him. Bertrand! Ha! Celsius and Paimon! Splendiferous timing! My one and only great machine has finished processing the materials you collected. And how did that go? Well, come now. This is a machine that I created. Of course there were no issues at all. My techniques were, after all, forged from the fires of Fontaine. And of course, none know the operations and workings of such devices better than we, the people of Fontaine. I blame the previous explosive nature of the products and rushed preparation and a lack of helping hands to help hoover up the necessary materials. Things will be different this time. So you say. If it still explodes, well, then my final deposit and the rest of my life will go up in smoke too. So even if you don't believe in me, you can have faith in my resolution to put my life on the line for this. You know, Paimon never thought the toy-making thingamajig was supposed to require that much resolve. Well, regardless, we need to begin on the next step of our work. For safety's sake, let me just ask you this first. Of the three processes, the one we have completed source material collection. Now then, the next step is the next step core collection or charge collection? It was charge collection. Well, it would seem so, but in truth, the answer isn't charge collection, but rather elemental charge. Didn't expect me to give you two wrong options, eh? This guy's laughter is pretty annoying. Well, all in all, this elemental charge is essentially performed by being affected by the elements while carrying the material collector. For example, I can stand in a river while carrying the collector to collect hydro. If I want to collect electro, you need to be struck by lightning? Well, you know, you are adventurers. I believe that you have an adventurer's constitution. Oh, since our constitution you believe in. To be honest, coming into contact with elemental life forms is probably our best bet. During my previous travels in Inazuma, I marked out 3 different locations frequented by elemental beings. I'd actually wanted to sneak over there by boat to make contact with those creatures myself if no one came. That's way too risky. Well, now that you're here, why don't you go and try your luck in those places? Yes, indeed. I believe I shall leave this to you. What are you going to make us do? Go near the marked location and pyro applied to you for 15 seconds? Well, I guess I'll just set the ground on fire. Or they're gonna put slimes here, but... Ah, I see. I don't think I have pyro affected on me yet.
Let's light it up.
I'm just burning.
Shoot.
Hello?
Everybody stand back.
Oh, okay, it did work. Could be enough pyro for now. Hydropyro will be the easy ones.
Off we go.
Getting cryo and electro will be more difficult. Although not if this is right here, I guess.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Alright, this is gonna be hydro. For hydro, we just go stand in the water. Which I can't do, because I use Chi-Chi. Okay, there we go. Help. Help me.
Wow.
Ow. Leave me alone! No! This dude, what the hell? What the hell? Alright, maybe I should kill a few of you. How dare you hurt Chi-Chi? Yeah, I need to leave. Oh. Okay, get me out of here. Help, I need to escape. That shouldn't have been hard. Alright, it looks like we're going back to Inazuma. Huh? Was this supposed to be one of the trees, maybe? Doesn't seem to be where one of the trees was, though. But I've also fixed all the trees, so I won't be getting any Electro from that. Ah, I see. That'll actually be pretty easy. It's one of the Sealy locations, it looks like. I also forgot that these apply Electro. Kill the slimes, kill the slimes. We don't want another thing like last time. Shock me. Shock me. Pyro, Hydro, Electro, looks like we've got them all. What about Cryo? Don't need Cryo, I guess? Bio. Hello. How are things going with the material collector? Operation is smooth, I trust. Quite so. The collector too is my pride and joy. Whether it be the collection of source materials we did before, or the storage of elemental energies as it presently does, it can do them all. To tell the truth, I've been having some thoughts about changing the material collector's name. Paimon thinks it's fine this way. Well, the shoe fits. Really, I thought that might be understating the device's capabilities a little, honestly. Well, whatever the case, pass me the material collector just as before. The trial production run will require some observation, especially with regard to the use of elemental energy. We'll most likely be able to proceed only after the elemental reaction within the Great Machine stabilize. Well, I'll be counting on you once that happens. Phew! Wow, that was close. So close. Yes, very close indeed. Bertrand, are you okay? You're sweating all over, and you look like you might collapse at any moment. I look like I might collapse, eh? Nay, I've already done so, yes indeed. Did the elemental reactions fail? Ha! Almost. But thanks to some emergency adjustments performed triple quick time by yours truly, the process stabilized. The elements are beginning to slowly fuse with the source materials as we collect it as we speak. Indeed, that was a really close shave. If I hadn't been able to control the elemental energy, I'd probably be competing with the Naganohara family's fireworks for highest record altitude right now. I thought you said it won't explode. I said that the toys won't explode. Never guaranteed that the machine that makes them would be similarly stable. But honestly, it's thanks to your help in this experiment that we even got this far. If I had tried doing this in one go from the start, I don't think there'd be anything left of the great machine, never mind there being any toys. Alright then. This is the final step, also known as core activation. Paimon remembers you mentioning this had to do with elemental creatures, right? Precisely. Elemental lifeforms are constantly being powered by the elements. Collecting this motive force and adding it to our machine is the final step. If I can make the toys, then I can keep making them. Then I can pay off my debt, earn a good sum, and live out my days in Inazuma in peace. Not going back to Fontaine? Fontaine. Fontaine. Celsius Paimon, you've never been to Fontaine, I suppose. If you had, you would know. For some people, it's the most convenient place to live, but for others, it's not but a place of grief and disappointment. The energy system there is very special, and no one knows how long it can be sustained. Thus, we must find alternative energy sources before it all comes crashing down. And yet, change is even harder than we can imagine. The result of all this being that I must now research alternative energy, alone, away from Fontaine. The Great Machine, too, is a product of that research, which is why it remains somewhat unstable and at risk of exploding if not handled with the utmost care. So Fontaine's having energy problems. This actually makes a lot of sense, considering the big electro field spot on Inazuma with like the giant pot energy that the Fontaine people were working on. But someday I will find a good energy source, and then I shall return to Fontaine. Bertrand. Well, let's not talk about such things. On to our final process. My standard of living in Inazuma before I can return to Fontaine depends on you, Celsius. I will do my best to not sabotage you. How's the final process going? Well, I'll bet that defeating elemental creatures was no challenge for an experienced adventurer like you, eh? Ah, collect 3 portions of core propulsion by defeating 3 slimes. I don't actually know a guaranteed spot for slimes. But I guess if we just run around Mondstadt for a while, we'll find some. I guess I could do my my commissions while doing this, because there's gonna be slimes in some of them. Not this one, but let's just kill them really quick. I'm doing, I have my commission set to Mondstadt because I'm trying to do the, how dare you, the story stuff for it. But the story quests I want don't appear. It makes me sad. And yet I get Ella Musk at least twice a week. At least that's not Ella Musk. Ugh, it's food delivery though. Gosh darn it. Tired of that. Oh, there's probably some slimes in this one. Yeah, there should be slimes here. Maybe not, actually. This might just all be hilly churls. Slimes! Slimes, show yourselves! I've come to take you away!
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
Also, you will notice my commission team is a random assortment of characters. That's because I use them for Bond, as we should. Except Raiden is here because I don't have any particularly heavy hitting characters to train anymore. So I just want to use Raiden to make them fast. Because I refuse to take an hour fighting one Spectre. I used to run just whatever characters I was leveling Bond with, but then Spectres happened, and I was like, nope, if I'm not using a DPS character, Raiden will be in the party. Hey, slimes.
Torn to oblivion.
Well, those slimes were pretty easy to beat. What's next again? Oh, Spectres, huh? Ugh. Absolutely disgusting. Well, I know where those are, at least. Spectres are actually all over the place. I know a few spots for them. But, if I just run along the edges here, I'll find some pretty fast. No, I'm looking for Spectres, actually. I really like the Fatui designs. Most of them, anyway. Honestly, I could just accept the enemy Fatui designs as a playable unit. And I'd be happy. Treasure hoarders. Spin. Still no Spectres. Alright. I didn't think it would take this long to find them. I know there are Spectres here somewhere. I also know another spot that they definitely are, so I'll just go over there. And I know they're over here, because when I had to fight Kairagi, I would come here every fucking day. And they're on the edge with the Kairagi. No, it's over there. Yes, over there. That's where they are. I'm coming for you, you little floating bastards. I don't have a lot of stamina, though. Ha-ha! I'm going to perish. Let's see if I can take this to just go right across. Ha! Wait, Spectres! These are... I don't know, I don't want to say they're the worst enemies in the game, but they kind of suck. A hypostasis, really? Fine. I will take out my electro-hypostasis team and go fight the electro-hypostasis because I need to kill it 1,000,000 more times anyway. Also, it's probably the easiest hypostasis to get to. I need to feed Ayaka now. Chicken. Chicken for Ayaka. Ayaka is, like, the easiest character to beat the electro-hypostasis with. She just utterly bodies it. You want to make sure it's just a hypostasis. Yeah. I don't like fighting the hypostasis bosses, though, because, like, they just take so long. It's not like the,
Don't get too close. I got you covered.
It's not like the Regicines where, like, they're easy, but you just go hit them and they're dead. You have to wait for so long on every hypostasis to be able to hit them. It's just really annoying. They're not hard. Case in point, I'm obliterating it. Although I did not use my stamina management well there. Kometsu. But yeah, Ayaka makes this part just really easy because her sprint alone does elemental stuff to it, and then all of her attacks are infused, so it's just it's so easy. Paimon thinks this was way more trouble than it was worth. Back to Inazuma. Maybe? No? Wait, what do I need to do now? Alas, the final step in toy making process. Oh, I just didn't have it selected, I guess. This better produce some hip-happening baller toys. In any case, that's all our process is completed. How about this? How would you like to be the one to place the material collector upon the machine? Hello, Lumine lookalike. I like your name. Haha! I have no idea what's going to be made. Oh, the expectation! Wait, you don't know what sort of toy will come out? Why, that's the fun of the great machine! It responds to and processes different materials differently. What you've brought shall determine what gets made. So now then, give it a go! Crafts? Creation successful. Used to redeem mirror pool tripod sitting. Am I making furniture? How am I doing today? I'm doing good. We did Yunjin and Shinobu's hangout quests. They were fun. Now we're doing the toy making event real quick. Is this a toy? Is this really a toy made by a machine from Fontaine? This doesn't fit with my image of Fontaine. Ha, but you see, Making goods only in Fontaine's image is no way of guaranteeing mercantile success. To tell the truth, this production process does include my various gleanings from studying local popular culture. After all, you must win the people's hearts to earn your welcome. Will this stuff really be popular, though? Now, I'm sure that there might be some early misunderstandings, but so long as we persevere and continue to improve on our work, I'm sure they will someday be moved. Whatever the case may be, we have completed this first production cycle. How did you find it? Fascinating, no? It was decent. Alright. I see. So this is what can be produced using these material ratios. Well, in that case, I shall keep this in storage. And also this voucher is for you. As for this voucher, you can use it to redeem a robot with the same design as this one for free. Thank you for the follow, Lumine Lookalike. Welcome to the archive. I hope you enjoy your stay. We play some cool stuff here. At times. They're video games. We have fun with them. I am Saucy's Grand, everyone's favorite tomato slime. And I play games. I'm great at introductions. Well, once we have established a stable production flow, of course. This is our first robotic toy, after all. So there are still some examinations to be done. We can't be producing exploding gadgets all the time, now can we? And now, let's read the record of issues caused during the test run. Seems that we must make some adjustments to improve our efficiency. You're actually pretty serious about this, aren't you? Of course I am. As a person living alone in a faraway land, this machine and my creativity are all that sustain me. I mean, Zadoshin, who arrested me previously, called these bizarre tricks. Ha! Well, I'll teach him to look down on these tricks. In any case, I must make some adjustments first, such that I'll be able to begin mass production shortly. Do come and lend me your aid when that time comes as well, alright? I will. Alright. Oh, it's still going. I figured we were done. Ha! Celsius and Paimon, you've arrived! My toy factory shall soon be open. Toy factory? Well, I mean, it's just me and my great machine at the moment. So, I streamlined the machine's process. Now production should take a lot less time. Of course, we're not talking about instantaneous levels of speed, but it would at least rate it at rapid. Wow, that sounds impressive. Speaking of which, I made some improvements to the material collector as well. Previously, you'd need to come back here after each process. I thought that was inefficient, so I made some adjustments. Now it updates the current process based on your collection process. So it changes the process based on what we've collected? I'm confused. How should I put this? Let's say the first process requires 10 Sensetias, the second needs Hydro, and the third will see you defeating 2 Hydro Slimes. And let's say you've now collected 10 Sensetias with the material collector equipped. Well, in that case, it will consider the materials for the first process collected in full. And then it will... Oh, and then it will automatically start the process of collecting materials for the next stage. Bingo! It will enter elemental charge mode, which will let it collect hydro energy. And once it finishes collecting hydro, it will change process again. And then it will go on to the third process. Yep, and all you will have to do once that happens is to defeat 2 hydro slimes. That does sound a lot more convenient. Tell me about it. I pulled an all-nighter to improve it, you know? I personally call it the ultimate foolproof 3-in-1. This material collector is truly amazing. Indeed. Why would you give us this material collector Why would you give this material collector to us, though? I'm temporarily grounded in Rito, so I can't collect materials at the moment. Come on, help me out here. You can have a bit of the more from selling toys, and one of the toys for free. Remember the tickets you got? Well, it can get you 1 free redemption. Well, as long as you've already created the particular toy model, of course. Excuse me? You mean with all the materials we collected and all the effort we put in, you only deserve a bit of Mora and 1 toy? That's preposterous! Let's get out of here. Wait, how about a bigger share of the profits in 2, maybe 3 toys? Okay, that's it. Let's go, Paimon. 4! 4! You can have 4? But come on, that's as far as I can go. You could have all of them, really, if only I wasn't in debt. Sadly, I still owe the International Trade Association some of Mora. Alright, I'll let you off easy this time. Listen, we chose to help you because you needed help, not for the Mora toys. And your aid is most appreciated. Relief, finally. Alright, I think that's a good place to stop for tonight. Thank you everybody for coming in and showing up. We will go raid the wonderful Frederica Rica. assuming she is still on, who should be playing Ib at the moment. Let's see. She is indeed. So we'll do that. We will be back here on Wednesday for Dragon's Dogma. And then Thursday, we will be starting Arch and Elko. I'm very excited for that. And then we'll be continuing and possibly finishing The Evil Within 2 on Friday. Remember to check my Twitter for any updates on schedules and what we will be playing, and also some fun other things. I hope you have a great rest of your day, Shadow Lookalike. Or Shadow Lookalike, Lumine Lookalike. Your what's it called? Emote reminded me of a friend named Shadow. Anyway, yeah. Have a good night, everybody, and enjoy the Rika. Bye-bye now.